Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want. Folks...
Let's go. Agree to Disagree, A2D Radio. We're live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. BMW of Atlantic City, right back to 17 of the Parkway. Find them online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. Every Sunday night, Sunday period, we're brought to you by our certified public account, Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic on the ones and twos, Robbie Pove, not in the house tonight. I gave him an off night to watch the Mets get swept. It's only right and fitting. We're, for the people, by the people. You know what I mean? And you give one back. You give one back to a guy. Let him enjoy it. No, he said it to me. He's like, thanks. Now I got to watch the Mets play and get swept. It was a great comment.
Grateful.
We'll get an MLB whip around. Maybe Greg will come up with 5 questions while he's over there. Maybe not. We're just kidding. We'll have your questions. Phillies.
Let's go, Greg. 5 questions. Get on it.
Taking a turn for the worse up until today. Today was, whatever. He didn't get swept, but it's been some ugly baseball over the last 2 weeks, to say the least.
Big win
So
today.
we'll break down how bad it's been, and we'll go over looking and moving forward. Is it going to get any better? We'll discuss that later on the show. Sixers draft and free agency. Draft coming up soon. Free agency, obviously, is going to be a topic of conversation for a long time until, the King makes his decision, and we see what happens there. And that ties right into our poll question. I mean, pretty much it's a summer LeBron part 3 right now is what it's became. But our poll question, what team will LeBron sign with in 2018? That's brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. What team will LeBron sign with in 2018? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Sixers, Cavs, Lakers, Rockets. You see the head shaking on almost all of them.
Somebody else.
But one. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We'll answer your comments, questions, concerns, whatever else you have. Boys, right into it. And I know, to me, his decision isn't coming anytime soon for the people out there. It's not a decision coming in the next week. It's not probably coming in the next 2 weeks. To me, which
gives us more time to take care of our business first, right? Should be a guy named David Griffith. You know what I mean? Get him in here first, all right? Doesn't mean that it's guaranteed. Doesn't mean he's going to come, right? But that surely helps, right? There's a guy that's, not only does he have that relationship with Bron, all right, but he's a pretty good GM. And he can do some other things besides land that giant fish that most of us want, all right? Other people don't want any parts of it. Sorry to hear that.
Guess what?
I'm sorry to hear that, too.
Turn the show off if you don't want LeBron. No, just turn the fuck off. We're not even going to talk.
Well, for any fan base that's listening, if you're a Rockets fan, you don't want him, get a clue. If you're a Lakers fan, you don't want him, get a clue. If you're a Cavs fan, you don't want him back. Obviously, you need to buy a big one. And if you're any other team out there besides the Warriors, really, that say, we're good. Nobody else out there is good without him. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get our house right.
Sounded like a freaking
right,
dog got hit or a cat got hit by a car. I thought a cat got hit outside. I was about to go sprinting out, save a life. I was about to save a life. I was going to be here.
I thought I muted. What the fuck?
No, you muted it.
You muted me. No, you muted me.
Oh, was it you?
I was like, what?
Somebody.
I can't hear anything.
He muted somebody.
He killed somebody.
Yeah, let's take care of our own house first, and then we got the draft. We got a lot of other things going on besides, trying to land him and landing a big fish. Him being, the great white, the elusive great white. We got a lot of other stuff to do. So we gotta, that's first things first. Thank goodness that the Harris, actually stood up to the boys on the block. the idiots that are the Colangelos. You know what I mean? Daddy's last-ditch effort to try to strong-arm the Sixers.
Why the fuck ain't him going
Didn't
yet?
work.
Why
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
he going yet?
Well, Silver's
Get Jerry the fuck on out.
he's right up Silver's ass, and
Yeah,
that's
I
what
know.
happened. You know what I mean? It's Silver and those two idiots. So that was huge. All right,
I'll tell you what, though, I can't listen to Harris speak. Jesus, Marble Mouth. What's his deal? God, just sit back, get somebody to talk for you.
you got enough money.
Well, listen, as of Wednesday night, when I did a show, it was the conversation that, I don't think at that moment it didn't look like Colangelo was going anywhere. You talk about that. It looked like he was staying put. The longer it went, and then you find out he's in a meeting with Grayson Allen earlier on, and you're like, well, listen, if this guy's not going to be your GM moving forward, what the hell is he doing in the meeting? And that's got daddy ball written all over that because they wanted to make sure they did it. The Sixers had to make sure they did everything right, to be able to terminate him, to make sure they didn't come back and bite him in the ass money-wise and other things.
That probably should be the last thing that he did anyway, because who the fuck wants to interview Grayson Allen?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway? So just two weirdos in the fucking room anyway. So perfect. Let him do it. Before we fire him, you go ahead and talk to Grayson, and then we'll
tell us
we'll
how great he is, and then we won't draft him and fire you. It's all in the same couple weeks.
He'll trip you on the way out. Grayson will trip you on the way out. Thanks a lot.
Right, did.
I think he could be an alright shooter in the pro.
Well, where do you think
I'm
LeBron's
sure
going?
Late second round.
Where's LeBron signing?
Late second.
Where's LeBron signing, Wells? Out of them 4 teams, or do you have somebody else?
I don't know. I mean, I want to say he's coming to town. LeBron Claw's coming to town. But I mean,
You don't see
I'm
it?
gonna say Cleveland.
You think he goes back?
Okay, this is my scenario. I want him to come to Philly. I think that we have a great shot for him to come to Philly, and I don't want him to go to L.A. I don't think he's going to go to Houston. I think he's going to get on the phone with a couple guys, and he's going to get guys to come to Cleveland, and he's just going to stay. Is what I think is going to happen, when it's said and done.
Well, it's funny.
But let's come to Philly. Come on.
It was funny. I said the same thing Wednesday.
Chris Paul goes to Cleveland.
I said the same thing Wednesday. He's
Paul
going
George.
to wait for after the draft.
That's my next question. I was going to ask you who those guys are.
I know he was going to wait till obviously after the draft and see what Cleveland gets in the draft or trades in the draft, whatever the case may be. And I thought that, to me, I could see him going back there. I mean, Wednesday night they're playing in the finals. I'm like, this team's in the finals. This is the team he's on right now. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same team, obviously, for him to stay there, but why can't they restructure some guys or move some guys and mix and match and be able to get some guys in here that he wants to play with?
They got some bad contracts, though. They do. They have to deal with that.
Well, they got to hope for guys that LeBron goes into the home and says, oh, listen.
Yeah.
Let's take a little cut. Maybe I'll give you a little something because I'm going to stay in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's after the Colangelo firing, and it was a Wednesday night, he was still here, and I didn't even –
And it wasn't even a firing.
Well, to me, it's always a firing.
It's a fire.
That's the scary part.
No, but to me, it's always a firing.
With
With a rat-faced son of a bitch like that, it's
tell
always
you,
a fire. I know.
They tell you resign
Oh,
or
I know.
you're going to be fired.
But that's the scary part with Daddy Ball.
Oh, yeah, it's so bad that we can't tarnish the name that it's a resign, that he thought it was better off
They
if he
always
took
thought that.
a step
To
away.
your point,
They always give
he was
somebody
about to stay.
It's 2018. It's just
He
that's
was
what
about
happens.
to stay. That to your point. He was about to stay.
I don't think he was about to stay. Once if he was about to stay, he was going to stay. I did think that he was going to stay once it got that deep into the week. But if he resigns, that means they're going to fire him.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, that's
the resign.
That's the norm now.
Face.
That's the norm. I mean, Mississippi State coaches did it in baseball 3 days before the season. Was banging the secretary and was like, they just let him resign. I mean, but the anvil was coming down. That's the thing to do now to save faces.
they let him
whatever
resign,
face you can save.
And hope that you can land something else somewhere in an organization, which
That ain't happening.
to me,
You better go overseas. See ya. Better lose that Nick Foles with a wig that he's got on his hip.
Yeah, any job where you're dealing with players, you'll just never trust you again. It's over. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you're done.
you're done.
but I think
You're done, son.
the more I think about where he's going to go, LeBron, that being, I feel like it's here again, and just because the Colangelo stench is gone. Before the Colangelo stench, I still thought he was coming here. Then the Colangelo stench happened, and I was like, oh, there's no shot. And, because they're going to keep this guy because of Daddy and all the rest. And the NBA put him in place to be here. And for him to be terminated and fired, and a guy like David Griffin's still out there that you go out and get, has a great relationship with him, to me, I think he's coming here. Because now he can pick his GM, essentially, and then come here. We talk about like him picking players, and now he can handpick his GM
I'd call-
essentially, and then handpick players with
I'd
him if he
already
wanted
called him and said, "Who do you want us to pick up as GM?"
We just have too many.
Listen, bro, we got a
compared
quick
to
question.
some of the other ones, we just have too many. We have too many better pieces that it just fits more. You know what I mean? Like you said, if we sign Griffin, that's huge. Obviously, that's huge. Ben's his buddy. They share an age, whatever it is. They work out together. Get a chance to mentor a young guy like that. I mean, that's a guy that's going to eat up everything and be coachable and be his sidekick, as opposed to a guy like Kyrie that wanted to be his own guy. You know what I mean? He didn't want that. Didn't want to be in his shadow. He wanted to do his own thing. Where Ben. As we can see, he's just, he's messing around with the Kardashians. He's not that kind of guy. He's just a carefree dude. You know what I mean? He just wants to.
He's riding bicycles and tricycles
and
chasing candles' ass.
He wants to win and just be, be part of something, and be great too. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have that kind of personality. At least not knowing him. I'm just saying, on the surface, it doesn't look like he has that kind of personality, that monster ego. And maybe that's why he's not a killer yet. You know what I mean? So, some of those guys, you need to be a little bit of an ego and a dick. But
they all
have
are.
it,
Every one of them has it.
Yeah, no.
Listen, I think he comes here. It's an opportunity to win, right this second and win 2 or 3 of them. You know what I mean? I don't think this to come here is a win now.
Well, it keeps your final streak alive at least. Let's
you're
call
going
it
to the finals.
Let's call it that.
Yeah, you're going to the finals.
It guarantees us a chance, and we'll be in the finals. Now, I don't know what we can do on the other side. I have no idea.
The other side's tough.
I mean, Golden State's going to be there.
Scary,
Going to be there again. Just looking at it. So, I mean, I feel you got to. If you're him though, like I understand that Houston might be the best chance to win next year. Right? Maybe. I still don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because they're buddies, but he's paper. He's made of paper. Chris
Hard.
Paul's made of paper.
Yeah,
he's made of paper.
And then he
I
got
mean, those
hard. And he
hamstrings
got
are
hard and
ridiculous.
hard now.
But I'm saying, like if you're, that's his buddy, so we get it. CP3 is your buddy, but can you rely on him?
Yeah,
he can't.
Never
really.
been healthy in the playoffs.
He can't.
Full playoffs.
He's just not. He just
looked great this year.
Yeah.
Doing a little Steph Curry shimmy, and then he's down.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Chris Paul. I mean,
that's what he always is.
I mean, you can be best friends with a guy, but you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, we're best friends, but we'll text all the time. But
best abilities, availability.
Hey, let's play together. Like Chris always like, let's play together. And LeBron's like, oh, we will one day. You know what I mean? Like that's the response back text. And then Wojo and Windhurst was like, what'd you say? You know what I mean? Like, what'd you say? And that's how that goes. And then it's like, oh, they want to play together. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
I mean, like guys probably say it all the time. Like, oh, I'd love to play with that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's the last 10 years like Griffey Jr. Sure, I'd love to play with Jr., but he wasn't on the field very much. Those last 10 years, it wasn't. You can see he be in street clothes more than he was. In the lineup with you. You know what I mean?
The only guy that did steroids.
Yeah, he would have stayed healthy.
Shut up. Yeah, cycle would have went a long way. Mike Parker goes 50-50, Philly or Cleveland, and then he said nobody gets fired in 2018. Sleeps is right. And he said LeBron is having a meeting for who the GM is going to be, no doubt.
Hopefully.
Sure.
But, yeah, with Chris Paul saying, he wants a max deal, right? That doesn't work in Houston. So that's out. That's out. You want a max deal. Well, LeBron's not going to Houston as well. And everybody's maxing out. That doesn't work.
Maxing and relaxing.
Yeah, like how's that? So I mean, where are you going that you're getting that max? I don't know. These guys are fucking amazing.
Because then they lose ultimately probably their overall best player in Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Because
yep.
Harden's
Can't keep
maxed
them all.
out.
Yeah.
If CP3 maxes out, what are you giving James? How are you going to pay anybody else?
Yeah, you're going to be top 3 heavy like OKC was.
And you got nobody in the middle.
Then you got no one in the middle.
No.
and James don't play defense.
Not that Clint was, Will Chamberlain.
Not
but still,
James,
gave him that
James Harden.
Yeah.
James Harden. And LeBron shies away at times on the defensive end. At times.
Yeah, you're top heavy. And you're just like Oklahoma City was, essentially, with no bench, nobody to play besides 3 guys. Yeah. That depends how you want to work it out. So, to me, I would think that LeBron's smart enough to see through that one. On where he's going to decide to go. Because isn't part of it not having to, log the amount of minutes, too? Isn't that part of it?
And you got to imagine that he's, that he's a vindictive son of a bitch in the sense where, we know what Delonte West was banging his mom, so, he made it out of the league. He didn't last very long after that. Yeah, everybody knew, but LeBron, so he didn't last very long once that came out. Not that he was going to have a long career anyway. he was dealing with mental issues. But, as soon as that came out, see you later, Delonte, put you on the back burner. I can't imagine that he wants nothing more than just keep Kyrie under his thumb. You know what I mean? And if you sign with the Sixers, I'm not saying it's automatic, but you got a chance for a couple years to keep right here. Keep him underwater. Keep him underwater. Stay right there, bro. You want to leave?
Oh,
stay right there. Stay right there.
Have you gotten to a finals by yourself yet?
Tread water. Hey, how long can you hold your breath for, my man? Right there. Stay right there. A little bit right there. Have
3
a little
years?
taste. Have a
3
little
years,
taste.
Kyrie?
Yeah.
Well,
have a little taste.
The
I don't
interesting
know.
to that
I
is-
would,
is
you know.
I'll be all.
I would.
Yeah, I'm coming right over here.
That's my wild card. Boston.
No.
And then what? They trade Kyrie?
No.
They would have to.
Kyrie,
He ain't going back.
He
He ain't
ain't
going
going
to
back.
Hayward. And,
I'm sorry.
have-
I'm
they'd have-
sorry.
they'd have to trade one of them.
I'm sorry.
Well, then you get rid of Hayward then.
You can bang my mom. You can bang my mom.
They're going to trade Hayward if they just signed to a max deal.
That's my
Kerry,
wild
I'm
card.
sorry. Go ahead.
That's my wild
She's
card.
in the other room.
Kyrie's making a Hallmark card. I'm sorry.
Danny
I'm
Ainge-
sorry.
Danny Ainge is a snake, as we know in Philly. Danny Ainge is a snake. I just that's my wild card.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Vegas has
So sorry.
I forgot what they had. The Celtics. They had the Celtics in right around the 330, right, or maybe a little bit more.
30,000. And I seen someone talking Oklahoma City. Stop it right now.
Yeah, that's
Stop
crazy.
it right now. Ain't nobody going to play with that fucking cancer out there. Okay, Russ Westbrook, cancer.
Can't
They
even buy an
might
undershirt.
actually fight on the court.
Can't even buy an undershirt. I mean, like, come on. Can't play with a guy that doesn't buy an undershirt.
No,
Come on.
no.
That's just a mentally ill guy. Like
Cancer.
I'm gonna wear a sport jacket with no undershirt. That's you're not trending. You're an idiot.
It's not cool anyway. It's just not.
Dude, make a good play in the last 2 minutes of a game ever. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Besides a stat, padding, rebound, or assist.
Yeah.
He has
Or,
in a-
or-
in
yeah,
a-
it's
in a
never going to
big
be a
game-
late
it's
bucket
the
for a
reason-
triple-double.
it's
You
the
know what I mean?
reason that
It's never
Kevin
going to be a
Durant
late
left.
bucket, so it's always
Everyone wants to do kumbaya. Golden State was kumbaya. That's why Kevin Durant went there. He went there because he couldn't wait to get the fuck away from fucking Russell Westbrook. That's why the fuck he went there. Get me away from this dude.
Like, you see how he's dressing?
Why does he walk so angry? It's the off season. Why is the guy's walking around angry? Like he
I
just
don't know.
got like he got
He looks-
smacked and he's
He
straight
looks
up.
a little like a Ninja Turtle. He could fight crime in the sewer in the offseason. We don't know.
Rossatello.
Russatello. He definitely has the staff, too. Queer.
So Frank Vespi says, I most definitely want him in a Sixers uniform. However, the Spurs could be the team to snag him out of nowhere if his meeting with Pop goes well. I don't know where they're, obviously he's going to go play with Kawhi, but it's still not good enough in the West to get over Golden State to me.
Because I think isn't Aldridge a free agent, or isn't he up for a contract? Marcus Aldridge.
Well,
I
would
have no idea. But
I would assume that, a guy like that would stay if that's all in the
Spurs-
makings
There's
of him
just
going
more.
there.
There's so many pieces that go into all these things. Like you said, like with really the only chance if he wanted to go west, it would be the Rockets. If he wants to try to, and that's if Paul stays healthy. But you might lose Capella. You still gotta move
Where's
some
the
parts
easy
around
spot?
there to
yeah,
make
where's
that work.
the
You know what I
easy
mean?
spot where
So it's not
nothing's
gonna
got to
work.
get moved around?
You know what I
Where's
mean?
the one place on the West that nothing's got to get moved
Because if
around?
you sign with the Lakers, and even if you bring in,
know.
even if him and Paul George sign with the Lakers, they're not good enough.
No,
they're not good
not even
enough.
close.
Come on.
Not even close. You
the
cruise on-
Lakers fucking stink. All
Hey.
right? That's the reason he's not going to sign. Everyone's, it's so great. Like, Coward made a good point about the mogul thing. I want to become a mogul and move into ownership. That makes good sense. But guess what? The Lakers fucking stink. No one's going over the fact that the Lakers fucking stink. There's 7 teams better than them in the West.
Yeah.
Easy,
And
maybe
he,
more.
And he ain't
maybe
gonna,
more.
and he ain't gonna put up with LeVar. All right, so that's
Yeah,
No.
I don't know why
They got to trade. They probably have to trade fucking. They probably have to trade Lonzo.
yes, sir. Agreed. He ain't putting up with that. So
And there's one place where you don't have to
And
do any of
Ralphie,
this.
Yeah, yeah,
chime in, Ralph. Let us know. You
we're-
cool with trading your
listen,
son?
we're microwave ready here at Philly. All right, we're microwave ready, but should I say that a couple times? I feel like I was just. I feel
Microwave
like,
ready?
Tongue twister.
Microwave ready? Microwave ready?
feel like I was Bugs Wabbit right there.
30 seconds already.
Microwave.
very quiet. Well,
we
hunting wabbits.
are ready. Just pop it in.
James Wilder, Lakers stink. Hashtag, and then they fucking stink. Agree.
Moles
Yeah, they're
head.
terrible.
What up, Moles?
They stink.
They're terrible. I don't, I never bought into, like, again, him and Paul George going somewhere, like, in the West is not good enough, like a place like the Lakers. It doesn't make them, it doesn't make him even a Western Conference Finals contender to me. It
No.
just doesn't. It just doesn't. You come anywhere he goes in the East that was a top 5 seed last year, they're not only an Eastern Conference Final contender, they're going to the NBA Finals most likely. You know what I mean? Which makes them a contender, I guess, in the finals. Even though you got to go up against outside of here. Like I think he comes here.
Even the Raptors, who can't get past him, should give him like $400 million.
Yeah.
Just for a season.
He's not-
Yeah, that's what I said the other day. Like just load him up.
$400 million, 1 year. The greatest
Hold on.
contract of all time.
Hold on, Molson, hold on. Hold on, Molson, hold on.
He just got a fucking.
He's not
12
going
to
to
6.
he's not going to Canada. He's not going to Canada.
Molson just got a little movement down there, a little
No,
blood flow.
I think he would be upset. I don't think he's not a Toronto guy at all. I don't think Molson's steers clear of Toronto.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
He's a pegger. He's
Them
a pegger.
French Canadians are assholes.
He's a pegger.
It's well documented.
A pegger.
A lot of them out there too.
He's a pegger. Probably likes getting pegged too. Look that one up.
Google that one.
Google that one, buddy.
He did say fuck the Raptors.
Yep.
Yo, so mute the music
Yeah, what's
button.
going on over there?
It is muted. The
Is
music
that your
button
phone
is muted.
that I hear?
Then mute it on iTunes. Like mute it. Mute the bitch.
I just got the call up. First day in the bigs.
I'm hearing something. I'm hearing something.
I hear
I
it
didn't
too.
feel like it's in my head the whole time. I hear something.
It's like that little fucking. I feel like that little fucking monkey clapping at the cymbals.
I think it's gone.
First day in the bigs.
It is gone.
And Balkan
Gone.
Bob Davidson's on the fucking bases. Fucking Greg's like, oh shit, it was a fucking head bop. No.
Speaking. First off, how about your boy? He's my boy because I got him in fantasy. But Carlos Martinez, find a play, please, Carlos. Jesus Christ, 7 walks today, 5 his first game back.
He's a paper ace. I told you that before.
I know, but
Maybe
I
he
like
needs
the
to
guy. But
Great
can't walk
stuff.
7.
He's
Can't
electric.
walk 7 guys.
He's electric, but it's
Can't walk 7
what he
guys.
does. He's a mental midget, and is what it is. Yeah, it's
Driving me crazy today.
yep.
Lenny
Looking at him like, why is his whip so bad? It's 1-0 game. Why is his whip so bad? 7 walks. It's 3rd inning. 7 walks.
Dancing through
How
raindrops.
the fuck's he hasn't run yet? 7 walks.
It's the Reds.
yeah, that's the Reds. Lenny says,
What up, Len?
was a big Vancouver Grizzlies fan. Big country.
Brian Reeves.
Saying he was. Saying James was. And James says there's 2 errors in Raptors history. Vince Carter and LeBron James. LOL. And error 2 has been great. Error 2's got a lot of sweeps in it.
That's great.
Mike Parker, I was all over Estrada today. And he said Martinez and Keuchel are the worst right now. Right in the little.
Yeah, Keuchel's bad right now. He can't get outs either. Bad, real bad. I won some cash on DraftKings today. Kid got hot today. I had Manea pitched well, which really put me over the top because I knew I had.
Now, what's
I
over
had
the top?
Max. I had Max pitching well, so I knew I won $75.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Cash.
I want to
Cashish, bro.
confirm what's over the
Little
top.
cashish.
Like, is 5 over the
Cashish.
top? You know what I mean? I won $10 today. Is that over the top?
Well,
I was confirming what.
I started
Well,
Max.
check-
I wanted to,
being
yeah,
passed
I
around.
wanted to know how much.
I started-
75. That's
started Scherzer.
that's a good day.
I started
Good day in
Scherzer, which I
office.
figured would give me good numbers. He did got like 29 points. But I also started Brandon Crawford. He's the only guy I started on the Giants
And
against
hit
him.
him.
And he went
Yeah.
4-4. Hey!
Genius.
Hey!
Somebody give this guy a genius hat. He's curious like a cat.
That's why my friends call me Whiskers. I'm curious like a cat.
Thanks, Harry.
So my friends call me Whiskers.
Just confirm it's the first time he's won on DraftKings this year.
That's not true at all.
No, I'm just.
I do lose a decent amount, but I win a few as well. I do win a few. Hey, I was winning the if Parker hit fucking Spidey hit me late on Thursday. Where was the last game? Friday. Hit me late Friday. I only had 1 minute to put my lineup in. That's why, and he won. That's why he was trying to get the bragging rights from me because I had been beating him every time.
Can't rush greatness.
Yeah, I can't rush greatness. Jesus, I need at least 5 minutes, Mike. Jesus.
Spidey, that was premeditated.
I do want to do a U.S. Open golf this week though. If you're in, and hopefully we can get some other fans.
If you're in, yeah, you got to ask him if he's in.
Oh, I know he's in. Hopefully we can get some more
if you're
fans in.
SJM86 over on
Steve.
the YouTube.
Steve.
Fam, what's up? Colandro resigns is an addition through subtraction. Agreed.
Agreed. And they gave Lovely Bones the ability to resign instead of getting canned. I love that. Lovely Bones.
And he said Houston isn't better than Golden State even with Bron. D'Antoni can't get it done. Chris Paul gets hurt more often than Adam Morgan, serving up high heat in the strike zone. That's
True as well.
well said. Another
Also
one
true.
on fire.
Adam Morgan stinks right now.
Terrible. David Roska, next year, who do you guys want to see in the finals? Well, Sixers.
Sixers and anyone
and
but
anybody
Golden State. Jinx.
Sixers, Sacramento. Can we dial that up?
I'll get a cupcake in here.
The greatest upset of all time.
I'm thinking Sixers Sun.
Can we get a cupcake? That's great.
Extra icing. Jacob Wallace, it's Spurs, Lakers, or Sixers to me. See, I understand why people put the Lakers in there. It's coming clear that it's the Sixers or Cavs to me.
He's got a house in L.A., Tom.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a house in L.A.
They all do.
Yeah, thanks. He's got $100 million. Fucking, if I had $10 million, I had a house in L.A.
Yeah.
Jesus
If I had
Christ.
$1 million, I would have an apartment.
He's probably got, and
Maybe a solid condo in
he's got-
Pacific Palisades.
he's got 12 cars that drive everywhere.
Studio apartment.
Studio.
Studio, let's clarify.
Got a pond and a pool. Pond would be good for you. Open the pores.
Jacob Boss says you always have to put the Lakers in the convo because of the market. It's annoying. So I mean, I guess, but isn't he still trying to win? I mean, isn't that a big part of this still?
I think he's trying to win.
If that's not a big part of it, then I guess they're in the conversation a little bit.
Listen, I can see them being in the conversation just because of it's fucking L.A., you know?
Like he's saying. Like, that's exactly what he's saying.
Besides that, they stink. They stink. The dude wants to win, all right? He's not trying to stink for the last few years. If he wants that, he can just stay in Cleveland and probably still get to the finals every year.
Yeah, especially if something like you said, if you can lure some people there.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. It's like being kidnapped. You actually got to lure people to Cleveland.
Oh yeah, guys,
Akron.
Guys,
he had to take Kevin Love. He had to put the bag over his head and you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's gonna have to rent a panel van. And
he had no idea where he was going, where he was getting taken to.
He got the ghost of Kevin Love anyway. I didn't even get Kevin Love.
Candy and puppies in a van.
Candy puppies. The van just pulls up.
Kevin loves it.
We have candy.
Steve goes, Bron in Canada getting served moose heads and guest appearance on Drake's record.
Meisterbrow.
Ethan
I'll
Thomas.
tell you what, a moose head's not bad, though. Not a bad beer.
Ethan Thomas has listed the top 5 most probable places LeBron could go. All right, Sixers, Cavs.
Sixers, Cavs, Houston.
San Antonio, I guess.
Sixers, Cavs.
Yeah, I mean, he said 5. So he said 5. Yeah,
That was 5.
I know, but you circle back. That's not 5. I guess you could put the Spurs as maybe 4 or 5. And
Yeah, that was the first I heard it today. So I think somebody just threw it out there.
New
and stuck.
Orleans. I think that's how the Spurs got thrown out because someone just said it. So I'll just say New Orleans. New Orleans.
2 other stars.
That'd be scary.
That would be scary.
I'll put
really
Houston.
scary.
I'll put
That would
Houston
really be
5th.
scary.
I'll put Houston 5th.
Talk about a sleeper.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'd rather go there than L.A.
Fucking
You know what I mean,
A.
if you're gonna try, shit.
Fucking
Yeah,
A.
Bourbon Street.
80's fantastic. Say what you want about Boogie. I mean, as long as he comes back from that injury, Boogie's fantastic. I'm telling you,
Boogie with a
he's an
hoodie.
issue. And then you
Yeah,
get playoff
I think there's a
Rondo
contract
and
issue with him
if
now.
Holiday.
Yeah, but Boogie's
Yeah,
a
I'm sure
free
there's
agent.
pieces. Yeah,
Boogie's
yeah.
a free agent, ain't
Yeah, that's what. I think he's a free agent.
he? And he just tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
I think
Good luck with
Boogie.
that.
I think Boogie doesn't sign. He signed LeBron. He go Davis, LeBron, Drew. That's not bad.
Yes, still.
Make some noise.
So you had to bring him up. Now he's got to bring Drew back to Philly. Now because you brought him up, now everyone's coming him back.
Oh Christ. Drew's a much better player now than he was when he was in Philly.
100% agree.
Much better.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
More of a scorer now.
I don't see that. I don't see that one.
No, I don't see it happening either.
I don't see anywhere.
I was
really.
throwing another team.
To
out
me,
there.
anywhere in the West, I had to throw the Spurs, and I'm trying to give them 5. But anywhere in the West I'm not buying it.
So let's say the Knicks then. It's like L.A. Because it's New York.
Yeah.
But the Knicks stink, so why would he go there? Maybe Brooklyn because he's friends with Jay-Z. But they're the worst team in basketball, so why would he go there?
Yeah, like we talked about last week. I mean, that even Knicks is a big market too, and they're atrocious. So it would have to be 2 other guys with him. He'd have to
hope
put
that,
2 guys in his
you'd have
back
to hope
pocket.
that
Well, Zinger,
Poors-
you know,
you'd have to
Zinger,
hope that Poors would be healthy.
Zinger's
yeah.
healthy, and then
You better go get
1 or
2
2
more.
guys in your pocket. You know what I mean? To go to that fucking.
Like you come here, you got 4
Shit
guys
box.
in your pocket. That's how I look
You're already
at it.
ready to go.
You got 4 guys in the pocket. You don't have to go pocket.
We're ready to go.
You don't have to put anything else in
You
your
ain't
pocket.
playing pocket pool. We're ready
There's
to go.
no pockets. Pockets are closed. We got plenty of pockets filled. Our pockets are filled. All right, Joel, Ben,
Microwave,
Dario,
microwave.
you get the kid back. Not having to be with LeBron in the house.
Microwave for an hour.
Microwave.
He's gonna eat like 6 hot pockets.
Oh, we are
Somebody
ready, buddy.
somebody nuke him up over here. Huh?
We are ready.
Chrome, what up, Chrome? He said LeBron
Chrome,
to Philly, book it.
Cromer.
Lenny goes, Chrome, why you so confident, bro? I love it though.
Cromer. Chrome, what's going on with WWE? I'm hearing a lot of talk.
Deion Brown.
Check him
Money
out
back.
Thursday.
What up, Deion? He said it said that
Money in the bank.
his son will attend Malvern Prep. Confirmed by a coach who didn't want to be named, saying LeBron James too will enroll at Prep in September.
The old unnamed
And
source.
and
Gotta
then-
love those guys.
And then James says LeBron and Philly confirmed.
Gotta love those unnamed sources. Right?
Yo, D, I hope you're right.
I
know.
But I don't know about
Put your
unnamed
name on
source.
it.
Well,
We
put
need
your
a
name
name. We need a name.
Well, the coach is I guess confirmed by
yeah,
a
not
coach
Dion. Whoever's
who didn't
said
want to
it.
be named. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
that's the coach didn't want to be named.
Yeah, we'll
Then they never do.
Put a name on it.
DM is
He's
DM
gonna
is-
want
Put
to
a
be.
ring on it.
The guy's gonna want to be named when it's all confirmed. He's gonna be like,
Literally, put a ring on it.
it was me. It was me.
It goes-
Anyway, it was me.
It goes down in the DMs. Shoot that name over. Shoot that name over.
Breaking news.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all about LeBron. I mean, this has
Listen,
been.
I don't know how true that is, but I do think that there's a really good chance he comes here. I would say.
I was called by from an AD in the area saying that they were attending the school that he's at. You know what I mean? Like this was, that they were coming for a look. Yeah, because he was just doing it.
Well, they had his people come and look.
Yeah,
They named
the mom
names.
actually went and looked. Or
Well, they
something.
said-
that
they
was
said
it.
they-
but
they
they didn't want
looked at a
anybody.
bunch of
Nobody
schools.
around. They didn't want to. They do their calls ahead, and they don't want anybody there.
He sent. He
They want to
sent.
get a run through.
He sent Drama and Turtle.
Yeah. Well, he needed the driver, so obviously Turtle's going. I would have went and looked at
Fuck
it for him.
Kimmel, bro.
That's a great.
Don't
that's a great
cancel.
episode
Don't
ever.
cancel.
Yeah.
Just don't show up. That'll really fuck him.
Yep, the greatest episode ever. Rufus.
I love him. Rufus Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Home Solutions.
Yeah,
Radio
that's-
Solutions. Oh, it is. That is a great one. That's the first season, I believe.
Is it the first season?
Yeah, I think so.
I gotta
early
go
on.
back and do. I gotta go back and do a run through.
I got the first
I
season
can
on
crush it,
DVD.
yeah.
I can throw it to you.
I appreciate the
$12.
throw.
Bucks.
It's free everywhere else.
I was
That's
late.
fine. Find it.
For some reason, I was late to the Entourage party, and then so leading up to the movie, I binge watched the whole thing. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Oh, it's great.
Phenomenal.
It's good.
But being able to binge watch it was like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
greatest.
yeah.
thing
Oh, that's
ever.
always
'Cause
great.
you didn't have to wait or nothing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Binge
it's the
watching is
best.
the greatest thing in the
Oh
world.
yeah.
I actually feel like someone was talking about how they never seen Game of Thrones the other day, and I said I envy you so much because I wish I could just watch it all right now, but never watching it. And you haven't?
No.
Fucking start watching.
I got through the
Grow
first
the fuck
one.
up.
Yeah, I got through the first season.
Start
it was
watching.
fantastic, and then I was like, oh man.
It's so good. I'll watch the whole thing in a month. I'm probably going to before the last season starts.
You took a while off, right? 19?
Yeah, they're not starting again until like April.
Is this the final season?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Chrome says Philly makes the most sense from all perspectives. I think if he goes to LA, could shock us and end up with the Clippers.
No, I don't see that happening.
Chrome, are you streamlining something?
Yeah,
right now?
what's going on? What's going on over there, buddy?
What are you doing?
Cromer, what's going on, buddy?
Step away from Michael Irvin's pipe and retype that, would you?
Oh, that's a good one. That one got a little tear.
Cromer, step back, bud.
Nobody wants to play with.
Step back.
Nobody wants to play with Doc or Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody. You want to my
Speaking of
daddy ball.
ball.
Yeah.
Stop Blake's fault.
James says, agree. Everyone wants him. I bet a dozen teams could try to recruit him. Who's he talking about? I guess LeBron still?
Well, yeah, I guess everyone does want him.
Oh, I guess because Chrome says start passing out lollipops for potential free agents. I guess LeBron's passing out lollipops for potential free. I guess that's where we're going. It's tough sometimes in the chat.
Yeah.
Mike Parker says Malvern
Dum
ain't
dums
real.
or charms?
He's putting his kids in school in Jersey. Now, that could very well be true, too, Mike. You know what I mean? I agree there. Chrome with a little hashtag entourage talk, first season, episode 4 or 5, I think. Nice. Good knowledge. Good knowledge.
Kids here.
Spin it out.
Kids here.
Yeah, well, you
Said
didn't,
early on.
You didn't land the episode.
I think it's episode 4, but I said first season.
No, you nailed that. But we just got to confirm. We got to double
He said
confirmation.
4 or 5. I'm pretty sure it's 4.
Okay.
With the head bob in the camera.
Yeah, we don't disagree with you.
You shouldn't, because I'm usually right.
Dion goes, guys, I'm only going
Go
off
talk.
what his coach in that division said. He basically said,
Drop his
OB2
name,
was
D.
playing ball at Brett Malvern. LeBron was spotted in the area twice, scouting homes and schools. Oh, he's been around. He's been around.
Leak it. Leak it. We want to break it. Leak it and break it.
Oh, yeah.
Let it go, man.
That's right. We were talking about.
Tommy Keyboard will be all over it. Leak it
I love
and
it.
break it.
Love it.
Leak it and break
Leak
it.
it and break
I'll
it.
take
Leak it and break it.
I'll take full
Leak it and
responsibility.
break it. Leak it and break it. Leak it and break it.
Is that a
Yeah.
song? Is that
It is now. We got all kinds
shit.
of ATD shirts that are coming out.
Copyright it.
2019, we got all kinds of shirts. All
Leak
kinds
it
of merch.
and break it.
All kinds of merch.
Crone said
We got merch.
You guys are talking about getting an unmarked van to get guys to Cleveland. LOL. Yeah, lollipop talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Candy talk. Free candy talk.
You got to lure people to Cleveland, my friend.
Michael
Akron.
Pro fans.
Nobody goes willingly.
Yeah, nobody. I don't think he didn't even go. He didn't go willingly either. He got drafted. Think about it.
Yeah.
He's almost forced to go back.
He was birthed there as well.
Yeah, I was
but
going to say, mommy had a lot of sex there, and he just happened to be in Akron.
That's where she
Driving
ended
by.
up. That's where she ended up when that
Driving
went out.
by.
We still want you to go to Philly. We don't think your mom's a whore, LeBron. Just to clarify. Just to clarify, she's a wonderful person. All right,
Loves
come
her
on
legs
in.
open.
A2D has brought down the king. No.
Just to clarify.
Man, she was so
just
happy.
to clarify,
When, she
if
was
you
like
were
so
on-
happy when he got drafted.
If you were on our team, we would never sleep with your mother.
Ever. Ever. First rule in the locker room.
First rule. Guys, we got one rule here. No one fucks LeBron's mom. I know she's looking for dick. No one fucks her. All right? Let's get to business.
She's a hunter. Just keep it moving, buddy.
Let's go.
She's a hunter.
She's
Just
on the
keep moving.
prowl.
Just keep it moving.
She will pull your pants down and try to suck your dick. You gotta say no.
Tape it to your leg. Let's go. We know you guys are all there. Extra duct tape.
We like to have fun here.
Yeah.
Extra duck.
Every once in a
Jesus
while.
Christ. Don't let her pull it off either. Jesus.
Tuck it in your wigwams. Rails. Hey, where are we at, Rails? There we are.
Are we off?
The group of guys banging out.
Anybody,
Are we off
Yeah.
the rails or on
want
the
that
rails?
train?
Which one is it?
anybody see the no crossing sign? Yeah, we're off.
She's been on a few trains. She'll find it.
We're off.
Is that too far?
Yeah, I think so.
Train talk? Tell me half the bottom of the bench didn't clear through that.
Come on, ride that train.
Layup! Layup line. This do layup lines through it. Oh my God, we could go on forever. Little game of horse.
Yeah, eventually we're gonna have to stop this.
Yep.
But it's fun.
I mean, I keep going.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
great.
the game of horse is incredible if you really think about it.
Around the world.
Around the world, yep.
Conductor hat.
Oh man, Mike.
Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
He says U.S. Open bragging rights is now a go and open for business. Plug it. Let's go, Mo.
Spidey, just a little public service announcement. You got to stop buying shit, bro. You're going to be broke. You got 2 kids. You're hanging out in the garage, and you're just willy-nilly clicking on merchandise. You got to stop, bro. Step away.
Kids buying
Step
merch.
away.
Wait for the keyboard.
Step away from the merch, bro.
Kids buying merch.
Every night he's addicted to something.
We got to make
It's like 3 a.m., and he's like, yeah, I just bought something else signed.
kids on the merch. I mean, hey, we could sign a picture for you, Mike, if you want.
I was just gonna
Real
say.
cheap.
You want me to read?
15
Should we
bucks.
read Mike's text from earlier?
14 if we include Greg.
He said, if I keep this up, my wife's going to kill me. Hopefully this wasn't on a high volume.
Yeah, Uncle Sweep's trying to help you out, buddy. That's all. You got to get help every once in a while.
That's what I told him. I said, I can't go into this.
Simmons is over.
This
I'd
app.
like to-
I can't go to the site. I said, I'll be such an issue. You know what I mean? I'll have nothing left. But merchandise.
It's like
I'll be-
Amazon.
I'll be
It's like
sleeping.
Amazon.
I'll be sleeping in Jersey signed. That's it.
Michael Profound says Embiid's good, but Simmons is overrated as fuck. Everybody else are fill-ins. That's not true at all. So that's fine. We're not even going to.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
What is overrated?
Thanks for listening, eh?
So Dario's not good. He's a fill-in apparently. Simmons first, as a rookie, averaged almost a triple-double. He stinks. He's terrible. Awful player.
With no jump shot.
He just can't shoot. I mean, we know that, but that'll happen.
But there's a difference, though. They're not rush triple-doubles. Like, rush triple-doubles are fake because his team boxes everybody out so he gets the fake rebounds. Like,
Yeah,
these are legit triple-doubles.
I don't even care about that. I'm just saying the fact that he's fucking 21 years old and he's out there. We need to win pretty much every one of those games to get the fucking 5 seed.
Yeah.
Or what, a 3 seed.
3 seed.
And we did without Embiid.
Because of him.
Because of him. But he stinks, though. Some of these guys you just can't. Go to wherever you're located, Mike, okay? Walk outside, find a high building, jump the fuck off. Do us all a favor.
Yeah, he said before that to play with our young core, that's who. He's not coming to Philly. You lost to Boston in 5 without 2 All-Stars. Okay, who says
One of them never played the whole year, basically.
Yeah, so who says that they would have been better?
Which we talked about that.
I'm not saying they wouldn't have been, but who says they would have been better or a tougher team? I mean, that was a tough team. That was a really tough team.
Boston's good.
And you act like, okay, you want to add Gordon Hayward. I love Gordon Hayward, okay? But don't act like the 2 small forwards playing small forward there didn't play have a hell of a year, the 2 of them, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Don't act like that didn't happen, okay?
And no Kyrie forced Rozier
to be a pimp.
Yeah, to rise to the. He had to do it, so he rose in the playoffs.
And how about this? Guess what? With how Jason Tatum played this
year, do I think he can do it again?
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find a way to get Gordon Hayward off the team. I wouldn't be surprised if Gordon Hayward doesn't even play for them next year. I wouldn't be shocked. They obviously didn't think that Jason Tatum would be this good this quick.
Sure.
So now you're gonna make him lose minutes, or you're gonna be small. I don't
even think that. I don't even think it's even as far deep as that. I just think Danny Ainge, when it comes to drafting, doesn't give a rat's ass what position you play. He's going to draft or target the best player that he thinks in that draft. Right? He's done. He's missed stuff.
He's a pretty good talent evaluator.
He's missed stuff, but he's also got a ton right. But I think that's how he looks at it. I think that's what when we talk about it ad nauseum here, NFL drafts, all of them. Right? If you look through the NFL draft, it's need with a side of need. Right? Even the great Bill Belichick, who never drafts for need ever, went need. You know what I'm saying? So, you find too many teams doing that, and that's where you get a lot of steals later on and different stuff like that. But credit Danny Ainge. He just says, okay, I don't care where the hell you play. Small forward, too. We already got Jaylen Brown. We signed Hayward. Who gives a shit? We're taking, you know what I mean? I want to move back and get you anyway. And that's just, it's not mattering. It's just saying I'm one of the best players because the more real good players you have, the more assets you have to move or whatever. And, it's tough to keep guys a lot of times in this league, too. So the more real good guys you have, the better chance you got of keeping a bunch of them. It's common sense. It's common sense. They all overthink it all. They really do. When it comes to drafts and the whole 9, they all overthink it. You hear guys it's like the MLB draft. Dude, nobody plays in fucking 5 years unless you're like Bryce Harper. You know what I mean? It's realistic. Most guys don't step into the league until at least 3, 4. You know what I mean? It's not an overnight thing.
Maybe two if you
play college ball. Yeah, absolutely. Most guys take a little time to get there, even if you're a high pick and you're like, oh, we need arm. We need a starter. That starter ain't gonna pitch for you next year unless he's pitching, big games right now in college baseball. There's a chance he's not getting there next year. So maybe that next cycle you're getting him.
Coach is throwing him 150 pitches.
But it's just
every other day.
and you hear guys say that.
You could probably count those guys on one hand. Chris Sale, Ben McDonald, guys who were drafted and were up in 2 months. In Ben's case, Ben McDonald was up. Right, both of them were up. I think.
Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben McDonald. Yeah. Dropped him on you.
That's a great name for the past.
But, those 2 guys right there, it's very rare. You
it's
count
rare.
on your hands.
So, but you hear guys say that in MLB draft. You hear fans. I mean, fans oh, we need a starter.
Was it Nola same year?
No, it was.
No, he came the next.
It was the next year.
But
that was
fast.
That
was
pretty quick for tradition.
Yeah. And that's Friday night LSU dog. You coming, and make it quick.
And he struggled his first year.
Yeah,
but that happens.
But that's fine.
It's gonna happen.
But that's what the Phillies did it right. They're like, you know what? I was yelling. There's only so many bullets in these chambers for these pitchers. Why do I gotta waste 2 million pitchers down there? Get up here, figure it out, and if you don't figure it out, then you're not gonna be good anyway.
Usually
hitters go quicker.
Pitchers go quicker. Hitters usually they like to see him. Usually, I like to see him have at least 700 at bats in the minors.
Yeah, and it depends.
Pitchers, if you lights out one year and you hop through A ball, then Double-A, and then next year you come out Double-A and you're firing, you might come right up.
Well, look at
And,
Sir
and
Anthony.
depends what you need too. You know what I mean? Like another name, Brandon Finnegan from the Royals. They needed him that year. They won. They lost the year before. Was in TCU. They needed a left-handed arm. Came out of the pen. And
Yeah, they
in
brought him right up.
September, he was right up in the pen. Boom.
Yeah.
They won the World Series.
It's just funny, like you see, like NBA and NFL, obviously, it's boom, you're there, right? And you know what I mean? So, like for them sports, like I understand how the need like creeps in at times, but dude, if you just go by your board, you know what I mean, and take the need out of it, take position out of it, just go by your board, you're going to be a successful organization. Like I'm not saying you're going to win the whole thing, but you're going to keep your job for a long time if you have guys around to have a clue. Like if you have nobody around you that has a clue, that's a different story. That's on you too. But you know what I'm saying? Like
Well, no, yeah,
you know what I mean? If you have a good team around you and you trust your scouting department, guys you hired, right? Then you should be able to believe in them guys and believe this. Hey, we're going to go by our board.
Listen,
and
that goes to what we've always
all
talked
right,
about.
for Joel's, I'm coming up fifth.
No, that goes to what we always talk about, the stability at the top, right? Which we haven't had here for the Sixers in a while. I think this is the fourth or fifth, right? New guy that we, the new system that we've had in, in how many years? You know what I mean? It was Dougie Collins, the other guy.
Are you talking coach or are you talking GM?
Yeah, just the
Because
stability.
Hinkie was
stability.
here for a couple
he was
years.
there for a while. Yeah.
know,
It's
but you're
different
right.
though.
But
right before
yeah,
Hinkie,
coach,
You had
yeah.
Rod Thorne.
DeLeo, I think it was DeLeo, Collins.
Yeah, coach-wise.
Yeah, so just
And
that
ownership matters,
just
too.
Just that turnover at the top, then you wind up being like the Browns, like we always talk about. You know what I mean? You got to give guys, that's why the earlier if we get Griffin in, let's do it now. So let's go. You know what I mean?
Like the good organizations, they stay
give it
successful
time.
by
You got to give it some time. You
by-
got to let it marinate.
by top to bottom. Your highest level guys, lowest level guys. That communication or that understanding of their process is understood all the way through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what the good ones do. I thought that's why the Eagles got to where they got to, putting together a real good roster, is because coach, GM, they all work together, right? It was all like a common goal. That's one example. The Patriots have been doing it forever. You know what I mean? The Patriots have been doing that, and I hate the fucking Patriots, but that structure and stability from top on and until this year, everybody got along. Everybody understood. And then everything comes to an end. Like we all get that. But now it's starting to seem like, oh, it's whatever. I'm not going there. But you know what I'm saying? So like if you can. That's the thing that sucks about the Colangelo situation. I don't like Brian Colangelo anyway, okay? But what you don't want to do is you really don't want to be in the business of firing fucking GMs. You don't want to be in that fucking business. You see what he did to us? You see you don't want to be in this business because now somebody new's got to come in, okay?
You never want a lot of change.
One, right? He's not the new GM. You would hope that from top to bottom here, that there's good communication because you don't want this GM to come in and he's not a Brett guy. You don't want any, you know what I mean? That's important. You know what I'm saying? Like Brett's here for another 3 years, so it's important.
And I don't think that was a problem with Dave. I think it was more of Gilbert being a tight ass. You know what I mean? It was about money. I think. He ran him out of town more so as a part of him doing his basketball job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, David Griffin. Yeah. If you don't.
Well, Dan Gilbert, he's run LeBron out of town.
Yeah.
About to be twice.
Yeah,
so
he's a
I mean,
moron, absolutely. But I think that's what it was. Just to recap.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I just to me, that's why Colangelo hurts you in a way because you don't want that right now. You know what I mean? This is going into your biggest off season in shit, maybe franchise history. That's big of an offseason. At least that we waited this long for this kind of offseason. You know what I mean? And now you have the changings up top like that. You don't want to deal with that right now. So now, to me, you're not in the luxury of being able to go like lift up rocks and get it like a no name guy, like situation like that. Like your hands are almost tied. That it's got to be like David Griffin. You know what I mean? Like you can't go like the Celtics assistant GM. I don't know his name. Nope. You can't. You don't have the luxury of going there right now. Not with this summer. Not in this summer. I need a guy who's really been on the phone before and had these communications this deep. And this guy obviously has. When you're around LeBron James, you've had deep conversations in terms of free agency, making moves.
He should be the number one guy. But if you got
is
I think that guy learned from. That guy learned from Ainge pretty good, I would imagine. So if you're going to go that route, you go to organizations like the Celtics and the Spurs.
I'm okay with that.
You cherry pick from those guys too.
Yeah, but is he the number one guy just because he's been around LeBron? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
like is Griffin?
But he has other good things too.
Is
though.
Griffin like just a name just because he's associated with Bron? Like that kind of worries me a little bit, just in a sense of
Drafted Kyrie.
Just in a sense, well, yeah, when you're drafting one because you're handed one all the time.
Yeah, but Kyrie though was hurt in college. Remember, people were like they weren't sure if he was going to go one.
It gets back
It worked out
to
pretty
my
well.
slight concern with LeBron in just he has his hands in everything, and I get the greats do, right? I get the greats do. I mean, you know Jordan did as well. But if now we're handpicking a GM, what if LeBron doesn't sign here? Is that GM still good enough without
And I think
LeBron
so.
Yes.
I
to
think
do
so.
to do
Yeah.
the job?
Because
and
my point-
continue,
He checks all the boxes.
and continue what we want to be
The
done.
picking up the phone,
Yeah.
picking up the phone and making calls isn't all directed at like has to be getting LeBron James. It's just this guy's in the biggest offseason we've had. This guy's been through the ringer with it.
And if,
you know what I mean?
if that's the
No
case,
pun intended
Yeah,
with the
no,
ringer.
no, I
No
agree.
fucking pun intended with the ringer who exposed it all of other GMs. See how that's
like
full circle?
Like Colangelo,
No, no,
was
I
not
agree.
the right pick.
Full circle.
No, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean-
yeah, nobody's here.
Listen,
I'm
great.
here.
I
got
I
you.
just
I
feel
got you.
good.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
I got
It's
you.
good to
I
have
got
you.
you.
Guys
I
thought
got
guys
you.
be a little awake. Good to have you. Go ahead.
No, I think it was. I mean,
I don't
that's
like
a,
that
that's a
crumb
good
that runs the
question.
ringer, so I don't give him any.
It's a very good
Oh, I
question.
don't like the crumb either.
But I think he's more than qualified to do a tremendous job here.
'Cause
Without the LeBron thing,
Because you hear the
that
name,
just
and
helps.
it's just he's with LeBron. He's with LeBron.
Yeah,
with
no,
LeBron,
but he's
and
done.
I want more than that.
He-
And that's
he-
fine. That's a great quality.
He's done
to
a
have.
great job with the salary cap
I
when he
just-
was with Cleveland. He's put some pieces around him the best he could in that market with Dan Gilbert being his idiotic boss. His biggest blemish is Anthony Bennett, and he owns it. He ate it up and bought into that Kool-Aid, and that was his one big thing. But we hope we're not picking in the top 5 for a long time.
Yeah.
So who cares?
We don't want to
care.
pick number one, so who gives a fuck?
Pop Montes. What up, fellas?
What up,
Pop?
What up, Pop? Just tuning
Pop?
in. Recap what I missed. A lot of things.
You know, a
There
little bit
was-
of this, a little bit of that.
There was tons. There was
We're talking about getting LeBron. We're talking
Wide
about,
open with
talking
LeBron's
about how we
mom.
won't fuck his mom if he's on our team. It's a bunch of stuff.
There you go.
Bunch of stuff, really.
Kitchen
You
Tons.
can go back and watch.
kitchen table talk.
Mike Parker, 602 weeks. I'm a problem or I have a problem. Not sure what it is yet.
No, it's a lot.
But I have a Michael Jack bat and a Floyd belt. Auction champ. Pop says, Rozier blew his load against us. The Cavs shut him down with no guards. Trade bait for the Celtics. Could very well be.
Yeah, well, he's not going to play. If Kyrie's healthy, he doesn't play. So he plays.
Well,
what,
he
20,
might get
20
Ron
minutes
next
a
year
night?
because Smart's gone.
Well, yeah, he'll be going. But that's a different. Marcus Smart kind of provides muscle for them. I don't see Rozier that kind of role.
I
You know what
agree,
mean?
but they're going to need that fill that guard
Yeah.
spot somewhere.
Oh yeah, well they will because they're the Celtics. Danny Ainge will figure that out.
LeBron James.
I believe that Marcus
Oh, I
Smart
just-
will be.
I just threw it.
I would actually sign Marcus Smart.
I love Marcus Smart.
I would sign him.
I love
yeah,
I
yeah.
love what he did to J.R. Smith on that when he pushed Horford.
I like a guy that mixes it up. I
He's a
like
dog.
a guy that mucks it up.
He's
Yeah,
a dog.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you hate him when he's on the other team, but on your team, that's your dog.
He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
He's not even a great player. He's just like an ugly fuck that's gonna muck it up out there, and you need a guy like that.
Yeah.
Like
He's a good player.
Yeah.
he's
a
solid.
good player, yeah,
Solid.
yeah,
He's not.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
no.
He can't.
He's nothing more than solid.
No, but he can. Like, there's nights he can score it a little bit too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, he remember he had a hand injury when we were playing in that series. So like the last remembrance of he wasn't really shooting the basketball.
I mean, that's
you know what I
just-
mean? He was
yeah.
doing that off of toughness. Yeah.
There's just certain way. That's the way I would build things. I would build, if I could, if you have the capability, like six or seven really good basketball players. Three or four role guys, and then like 3 goons. That's how I do things.
Absolutely.
Just
There's
to
not
clean
many
up
like
things.
Marcus
You know what I mean?
Smith.
I need guys that are going to clean up
Yeah,
things.
because
You know
guess
what I
what?
mean?
If you're gonna try to bully Embiid or Joe, I'm gonna put a guy out there that's
Yeah.
gonna bully one of your guys.
Yes, sir.
And my guy's completely ready to get thrown the fuck out
Yes,
the game.
sir. He's got 6 fouls, and he's on.
You know what? He might not even get 6 fouls because he might take an elbow to his head and get escorted out.
Yeah,
We're fine with that.
Yep, flagrant.
We've already had the discussion. I don't even gotta say nothing. I just wink. He knows.
And there's not
Absolutely.
a lot of guys like Marcus Smart anymore in the NBA.
No.
They're just the pure toughness guys.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
right. Pure skill set, not great.
No, well, he's not wrapped too tight. He's our test like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And our
Oh,
test was,
right, Artest.
way better. But
Yep.
you know what I mean? That would be the little bit of a comp for me if
Absolutely.
I had to give it out right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Our test was better.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
absolutely.
but same type of guy.
Yeah,
Defensive
both guys screwy.
Both
Yeah.
guys low out,
A lot
low
of
out
screws
there.
loose.
Yeah, yep.
Deion Brown, at the end of
Agreed.
the day, I want LeBron wearing Sixers blue, white, and red. I really do hope he thinks he could be the last piece to getting us to the finals and winning it all. Ben, LeBron,
Puzzle
Joel,
talk.
and Fultz, and you got to add Dario in here,
Shit,
Dion,
yeah.
I believe will be back ready when you talk about Fultz. That's a problem for the Eastern Conference in general. Again, these are just my thoughts. I completely agree with you.
We're hopping on, Dion.
Pop says
Not on
LeBron.
LeBron's mom, but we're hopping on the train.
Pop says LeBron, Joel, Ben, Fultz win a championship, question mark, next season, and that Dario into that mix. I mean, you're going there. You're going.
Yeah. Here's the other thing, too. And, LeBron, whether he says it or not, is about legacy. And is there a better city that's been in such a basketball drought than right here?
Yeah.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Like, if you could
Well,
bring,
the better one,
if you
well,
could,
they're not in a drought, but yeah. No, I'm sorry.
if you could bring a championship back to Philadelphia in the NBA with this city and how rich it was in the history of the NBA, I mean,
Absolutely.
talk about
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I mean, talk about
welcome
elevating
back.
your status
Yeah.
to the highest level.
I mean, he comes. I mean, let's
John-
be honest. There might be people that don't like it, but if he comes here and wins a title, I mean, he'll be a god in Philly for
Oh, yeah.
I mean, mark that down.
John McFadden says, I think Dario would have to go to get Bron. No, he doesn't have to go anywhere.
No, it doesn't
Not
go
going
anywhere.
Not anywhere.
He doesn't have to go anywhere.
We're good, bro.
Why?
We
LeBron's
good.
a free agent. We don't got. That's the beauty of having cap space and him being a free agent is that we can sign him. We don't need to go anybody go nowhere.
Nope.
We got plenty of plenty of cap. Hopefully Rocco goes somewhere just like the bottom of a sea. But besides that, I mean, we're good.
Dario's too tough for you to let go.
First off,
I mean,
first off, Dario's going nowhere. Dario's a superstar. I'm actually not even fucking around about that. I think Dario has the chance to be a star player in this league.
yeah, I don't get rid of Dario
He's
for nothing.
22. I think he's going to be an absolute star.
Guy
in this
works
league.
his ass off.
Dirk-like.
He's tough.
Yeah,
He's-
Dirk-like.
Dirk-
But he's
Dirk-like.
Dirk-like.
Coming over.
Dirk-like.
Dirk-like.
Light.
Yeah,
light.
yeah, Dirk-like.
Like Dirk-like, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you got
LIT.
die Dirk, you know?
Yeah.
like Dirk Zero.
Yeah.
Dirk Zero.
Like Dirk Zero.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree there. He's just tough too. You know what I mean? He's really tough.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And that matters to
Absolutely.
me big time. When you talk about creating that roster of guys, him, he has more talent than Marcus does, but you bring a Marcus Smart in with a I mean,
With a Diet Dirk, absolutely.
Joel's tough.
Nothing goes better than Marcus Smart than a Diet Dirk.
Another shirt.
Count it.
Cha-ching!
Clean it up.
Merch.
Dion says, I didn't forget Dario. He's a secret weapon. That's why I didn't mention him. Well done. Well done.
We know you did. We know you were locked in.
Pop Mana says, still need a bench. Can't
Pop,
just blow
pop.
everything on Bron. You don't have to blow everything on Bron because you have everything here already.
Nobody's leaving.
Nobody has to go anywhere besides JJ.
Yeah, you got to re-sign him.
You
Yeah.
figure
You
figure the
sign
bench.
JJ, Bellinelli, or Ersan. You gotta bring one back probably.
Yeah, you figure probably two of them are gone. But if you bring LeBron in right off the bat, your bench automatically is what you're gonna have Fultz, you're gonna have Dario, and probably either Dario or Rocco. Like you already got bench guys. They're already there.
And don't
So,
forget,
yeah, you
and
only
don't
gotta get
forget
to 10.
the beloved TJ.
First off, don't hate on TJ.
There was not hate in that statement. I just said the beloved TJ.
Though you said their beloved.
I said the beloved. I said the beloved.
We'll just circle back this one.
We're gonna put that one on the back burner. We'll get back to it.
We're gonna be listening back on this one.
That might have been a pinky out. That might have been a pinky out. It was like, the TJ McConnell.
There,
Pinky's
TJ.
out.
John McFadden goes, let's come together and pray Rocco goes. Agree.
He is our TJ though. Love him.
Pop says Rocco makes too much. I agree there.
His salary drops next year though. It's not as bad. It's not as bad.
He's bad. So Deion Brown says Dario's overseas balling right now while others can't stay out of the club. Real talk. Real talk.
All up in the club.
Or really just while others can't stop chasing Kendall on a bicycle.
That's fine.
No, the weird part is he went to a restaurant that they ate at by himself, like 2 days later.
Maybe it was good food.
But not her. Like I
Okay.
don't
never
know.
gone to a restaurant by
I
yourself?
don't know. Get the fuck out of here. Will you guys wake up? He went to the same restaurant that they ate at after he found out essentially that she was hooking up with another guy. Oh, go back to where's? Oh, that's concerning. It's concerning up here. This is all you got. This is all you fucking got.
Maybe-
Don't let them
maybe
fuckers.
while-
They ruined it. You know who they ruined.
well,
Don't use our backpedal. Don't use our fucking backpedal.
I'm not.
'Cause I'll come right up on
I'm
you.
not.
Don't you backpedal.
I'm
You know
not, but she's a Jenner. I mean, she's not a. I mean, she's right there.
They cut it.
She's right there.
He
She's
cut
right
his
there.
dick off because of that family.
I
He
think-
he sliced it off. He said, "I'm done with it. I
Is
can't."
it even off, or is it still
Well,
there?
or tucked,
No.
whatever.
I think he was just.
Finkel's Einhorn, Finkel. I don't know. I'll still eat them, by the way. Delicious.
Barf bag.
Where's that plunger?
It's a delicious barf bag.
I love the plunger. I love the plunger part. The plunger part's great. That's
I know it is Finkel.
yeah, you can't miss that part of the movie, too.
Frodo,
It'll
if
sneak
you're
right by.
watching, slow that down. Get that meme of sweeps.
So,
Is that sweeps double piece of top?
Deep too. A big gentleman.
you know,
We call him Large Marge.
we call him LeBron.
Look it up.
So, you see where I'm going with this? Like, that's concerning a little bit.
But maybe when they were there, he noticed that there was a lot of talent in the restaurant. And he's like, I'm going to go in, maybe pick another talent, some more talent.
Listen,
up.
it don't-
Let's hope it
it
was
really
that.
doesn't
Let's
matter
hope.
who you are. All right, my old man told me that a long time ago. He said one cunt hair can pull a tugboat. You know what I mean? So it's just really it's where you're at, buddy. I mean, life lessons, Uncle Sweeps again. I didn't make it up. I just passing it
That's
along.
Papa Del with some deep. That's deep knowledge, because one hair will drag you.
One ton hair can pull a tugboat.
I mean,
Shave
grab
that
on,
shit off.
boys. Grab on. We're coming in for a landing.
I'm about to get.
So
I'm
we
trying
all-
to get.
we
I'm
all
trying to
suffer
get
from it.
too diplomatic on here, but shave that shit off.
I'll grab onto a lip. Jesus.
One hair like Mo. Is that one hair like Mo? Oh, shit.
Let's read off a couple more of these before we go over to just the YouTube side. I don't even know where to start.
Made me think of that. I was thinking of this Chappelle show when he's like, I heard about trimming the shrubs, but you don't scorch the earth, girl.
You don't scorch the
Those Otanis?
Parker said, I like that one. Sweeps one cunt hair away. One cunt can pull a tugboat. That's a good one. Mike Parker said if he's heartbroken after 2 weeks, then he's got problems. He's a millionaire. He can pull some
Yeah,
tang.
let's go.
No, I understand it.
Rip through.
I get it. But if you think about it, like that's a little concerning to me because them fake asses they got, they pull them guys with them. All right, we don't forget Lamar in a fucking brothel. Let's not forget, taking one of the greatest Olympians of all time and making him cut himself, okay, or tuck, whatever it is. Let's not forget what's going on here. This isn't like one or two. I mean, the list goes on. The one guy, the main goat, the OG, right? He had a heart attack because of his fucking problem. I'll start with OJ. You know what I mean? OJ's the real fucking problem, and then this trick, and then went all the way through the pipeline. Okay?
You could be right.
Let's not forget about the big car. All right, the big car dash. He had the heart attack. They kill off everybody. They ruin them all.
He died of cancer, but
It's the same. They're cancerous. They're cancerous. I mean, it's full circle.
Full circle. Full
Full
circle.
circle.
there he goes.
I said the same the other day, and somebody told me that, and I said the same line back, and then I forgot it again and went with the heart attack. It just felt right. The heart attack just felt right. But they're cancerous fuckers.
That ass is coming.
I mean, she was like this. She was like this. Let me inject this right in the. I mean, that's how she was. I
He
mean,
had cancer, but we're getting a ruling. Yes, he did have a heart attack at the end. Yes, okay. All right. We will count that. Yes.
Tommy for the block. Circle gets the square.
Circle gets the square. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies.
11 craps.
Mike Mitchell. Even if Bron comes here, I don't think we could beat Golden State, and he will take shots
least we'll
away
get there.
from Embiid and Simmons. Bron could team with Boogie and go to another team if he doesn't go to Houston. Yeah, but that's still not enough. You know what I mean? Like he comes here, it's all here.
It's
He doesn't have
the
to-
same argument with Boogie. How is him and Boogie going to work together if him and Joel can't work together?
Yeah. It's a superstar league. So what is your idea if it's not LeBron? We
First off,
need a third stud.
I don't like.
If you're going to beat the Warriors, you need another stud. So what are you going to do?
I don't like the whole that LeBron's gonna take shots away and stuff. Watch basketball. Every guy he's ever played with plays better with him. So so you just don't watch basketball then. As my opinion to that. Watch basketball.
Yeah, I don't.
Guys get open looks all game. Fucking Cleveland couldn't hit Woodard. They fell out of a fucking boat in that series. Guys are wide open. Hit a shot. Put me out there. I'm hitting a shot. I probably won't play great D, but I'm burying a shot. You mark that down.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to be getting
Pitch
dirty
knock.
like that.
You're right. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. What is everybody's answer if he's not the answer? That guy's a killer, right? We need that guy. The fourth quarter that is a killer, like KD. I know he went. We hate him, and it was a cowardly move, right? But that guy, when other jabronis decide to have 10 and 11 points, he'll drop a 45. He has that capability, right? LeBron can go for 50 at any time, right? Harden can go for 50 anytime. Kawhi ain't the answer. Who's the answer, fellas? Right? I mean, come on. Kawhi's a good player. Forget about the red flag. He's a good player, and we don't want him because of the red flag and everything that went along. But he's not the guy. He's not a guy like that. You know what I mean? That's going to just put us over the edge.
But what's the biggest knock on LeBron? He's not the killer. Right? He's not the killer that Jordan was.
But he is, though. But that's false. So.
That's the biggest knock. So, how's he taking shots? Because you know he's going to pass it in a big spot.
That's not true.
I mean, people do. I mean, I say. I mean,
Well, he finds the
I know,
open
but
man.
he's hit
Yeah,
big
he's-
shots his
he
whole
finds the
life.
open
He's
He
more
finds
of
the
a-
open man.
I'm not saying he doesn't make
No,
the big
I know
shot,
that.
but
I know. George
that's
Hill's
his
open.
biggest knock.
You know, George Hill's
is
open. You
he
got to make
passes
2
the
free
ball
throws.
at the wrong time.
You're in the NBA. Make 2 free throws. You know what I mean? No. You're just making a statement. I understand it, but I'm saying for those people, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, he gave up the ball in game 1 with a chance to win on the road. He found the guy that was open. The guy got mugged, and he needs to make a free throw. You know?
Yeah, no, but he does. Listen, he's a pass-first guy a lot of times, but, you know, I agree with that statement, but I also agree that there's times he'll take over games, too. I mean, he picks and chooses, but, you know,
Well, if a guy's wide open, he's going to trust that his guy's going to get done.
yeah, but to come here and have talent all around the court, it's going to be a lot easier
Yeah,
to
it's a
trust
lot
that.
easier to trust a guy.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, you know, even more so, it allows him.
There's already a lot of trust here.
Yeah, it's a big trust.
I thought this was the trust tree. Aren't we
As
in the
far as
nest?
Circle of trust.
Listen,
Aren't we in the nest? of
we
the
talked about it.
trust tree?
We talked about it last week. Like, if you don't like him, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Basketball stuff. It's not even an issue. You know what I mean? But it's the other stuff that irritates you, and I've learned to let it go. But like coming out with the cast, that annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah,
but I'm okay. I want the basketball.
like, you don't have
I want
the
the
cast right
basketball
there.
part.
You know,
I
but-
don't need that right afterwards. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe you wanted to hide it for a couple games. Did you think Draymond was going to hit you if you put it on after game 2? I don't know. I don't know the thinking of it. But to come right out after a sweep and there's Castarui,
Yeah.
there's stuff that grates on you. You know what I'm saying? But as far as basketball, come on, sign me up. That's all. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't watch pressers.
care.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
care.
I watch the game.
And guess,
I mean, I don't care.
And I'm done.
and guess what? You know, I was talking to like an older guy, and he was talking about. He's like, you know, I can't believe that they make these guys do these fucking press conferences now. He's like, imagine if back in the late '70s, early '80s, they made these like. He's like, could you imagine? He was talking about the Flyers. He was like, could you imagine if the Flyers? He said, this is like a team that they've been playing a lot now, Golden State. I'm like, yeah. He's like, can you imagine if the Flyers just got swept by Boston, who was
Rangers.
their biggest rival,
Yeah,
or
whatever.
Rangers?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
just got swept, and they were going to start asking Bobby Clark questions. He said it would never happen. He said he would have cursed everybody off, told him to get the fuck away from him. He said it's crazy that they have to deal with this stuff, and it's true. Like I don't listen to any of that shit on the press conference just because if I'm that guy at that spot, I'm like, we just got swept. I don't want to talk to you, motherfuckers. I'm gonna give you the most ridiculous answer I can possibly give just to get you away from me. So that's why I don't put a lot in the press conference.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Of course. Ralphie.
Ralphie!
He says LeBron to the Warriors. It's because Ralph's been wrong his whole life. So might as well just add to it.
The day after
You know
birthday.
what's
Why not be
bad?
wrong again, Ralph?
You know it's bad when Homer Nick Wright would disown LeBron James if he goes to the Warriors.
Well, what's it called?
Yeah.
Chris Broussard, who I like. I don't like Nick Wright. Chris Broussard said it the best. He said they were talking about it. He said, I actually threw up in my mouth a little bit when someone said that. And he said, it's not going to happen. And he's like, I know a lot of guys around the league who are talking about how this Warriors team is great, but they don't have any respect for Durant because of the move he made. Still, they know how great he is, but the move was a snake move. And he's like, I can't imagine LeBron would go there. Can't imagine. And there's no way. No. He's never going to go to the Warriors.
That's why he's not going out west. Listen, we're going to go over to YouTube, this site. You can find us over there. All right, Twitter and Facebook. Jump over there with us. We'll take a quick break. Come back on the other side. Continue wherever LeBron's going to end up for the 2018-2019 season.
Spin the wheel. See where he lands.
You know, like I said, the odds are plus 200 Lakers, plus 220 Rockets, plus 330 Cavs, plus 330 Sixers, and they're the 4 teams that are on our list. I think the odds are fucked up and ass backwards, but whatever. We'll talk about that moving forward as well. Sixers draft and free agency on the other side. Phillies take a turn for the worst. We'll talk about a couple weeks back, what we got to look forward to, and we'll be rip around and whatever the hell you want. Agree, disagree? A2D Radio. Segment was brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make him yours. Find him on the web, GibsonMayer.com. We'll be right back.
Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
We're back. Agree, disagree. A2D Radio, live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. BMW of Atlantic City, all facts at 17 of the Parkway. Find them online, bmwofatlanticcity.com. Every Sunday, we're brought to you by our certified public accountant, Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Moak on the ones and twos. See how I shortened it? Like
And
Rob
we're
Pove
back.
on the ones and twos. Robbie Pove.
Not on the ones and twos.
No, we gave him a day. We gave
gave
him a day
a day.
off. So I wanted to show you this one.
Frazier just homered 2-0 Mets.
Because you'll love this, right? So it was, this was an Agree Disagree show back in 2015, live from the Philly Sports Bar. And
3 years ago?
yep, and the question was, why do sports fans hate greatness? Right? Join Agree Disagree live from the Philly Sports Bar. I just wanted to show you the guys in the photo.
Someone makes a cameo.
Somebody made it.
I wonder who made that. That's when Brodo was still trying to get more responsibility, just swallowing down. I wonder who else I can add to
I think I actually did make this, but it's Jordan Brady, Muhammad Ali, LeBron James, and
Which
the fucking man himself, as Bob Mannery
It
likes
would
to
have been
say.
the first time you swallowed yourself.
No, and listen, let's keep it as real and as 100 years
Let's
as we
be
can.
completely honest.
If I could, I would be quite often. And
No hands. No hands. Look at me, Mom.
He's got
I'll be doing a show all by myself.
an otter pop tube filled with himself in the freezer.
That's fun. That's fun. We start our show off talking about LeBron James and where will he sign in 2018, 2019. I think he still let us know.
LeBron
He
James.
still let us know on Facebook,
LeBron
Twitter,
James.
Instagram,
LeBron
YouTube,
James.
Rockets, Sixers,
LeBron James.
Lakers, Cavs. Let us know. We're still talking about it if you want to talk about it.
Pelicans.
We're gonna
Warriors.
I think we got into the Sixers free agency, Sixers draft.
Suns.
We'll have more time to talk. Still
T-Wolves.
not actually a bad spot. They had money and it wasn't Minnesota.
Not the Thunder.
It starts tomorrow. I mean, even though we don't have a GM, I think we're bringing in like 6 guys. A little pre-draft workout. And then Bridges coming in the next day.
Yeah, and Brett's handling it.
Cross the bridges.
I trust Brett.
Yes, so do I.
I
Me
trust
too.
him.
Especially in player evaluations.
I mean,
Absolutely. That's
everything
how he
you
got his.
hear-
That's how he
And
got
everything
his.
you hear from the league wide is people like Brett. They trust him. So, like, even like Woj was mentioning, even with the whole Brian Colangelo thing, it wasn't necessarily going to be him selling anybody. It was going to be their ability to mesh with Brett.
Absolutely.
And
That's
hear,
the guy
you
you're
hear
around all the time.
Veterans like JJ, loving him. Amir Johnson, as much of a turd as he was, loved playing for him. And that goes a long way.
That matters, absolutely. When vet, and that gets around the league, you know how it works, and it circles around, and guys are like, he was really good to play for, great player, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And guys just enjoy playing with him. That sells other guys to come here.
I'd bring
if
Jameer
you
back.
fucking build it, they will come.
I'd bring Amir back. I'm not gonna lie. A little cheaper though, but I'm okay with Amir.
Well,
Brings
Toughness.
a little toughness.
Toughness.
He's like the last guy off the bench. I'm fine with that.
yeah, because I can see
It can happen for guys though. You get a lot of talent around him. Guys like look at JaVale McGee. He's been a wet fart his whole career. He's
love
in
JaVale.
you would.
He's a prospect.
He's in Golden State.
Yeah, because he's because of the Hink. You know what I mean? That's why he's there. That's why he loves him.
A wet fart, and you would.
Oh, he's an absolute moron.
Oh, my
Does not
God.
deserve to play basketball ever. But I just love the guy.
But guess what? He scored 12 points in the finals the other day.
Yeah.
And got another ring.
yeah.
Or got a ring. Yeah.
No, it would be another. He was
Yeah,
there last
another.
year,
Yeah,
too.
twice.
was-
I was trying to think if you
Yeah.
would.
And had a presser. Like, he was like, I actually thought I had I was like, my TV broke? What the? You know, I mean, I know he's
They
doing
got-
good, but
does
they're
that say
talking.
McGee?
Yeah. They're
Say
talking
McGee?
by himself. There's Duvall.
And he's got like the nameplate in front. Like,
Oh, yeah.
JaVale McGee. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
He was like, "Ooh, someone's getting laid tonight."
That's all he said in the presser.
Speaking of wet farts, I got a question.
I
Interesting
thought you were going to
question.
say you had
here for
a rough time.
No. Does this third ring, and then let's be real, maybe a fourth next year? Is Andre Iguodala a Hall of Famer?
No, but he's a good player. He's not a Hall of Famer.
very good player.
3 rings, a Finals MVP.
Yeah, but you don't just get the
He's
Hall of
like
Fame
Robert
because you have
Horry.
rings.
He's like Robert Horry.
Yeah,
But he's a very good player. I mean,
He's a very good player. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because Big Shot Bob hit way more shots in them situations than Andre ever did, essentially, right? You know what I mean? I get he's a Finals MVP, but he has more rings.
Bill Russell's got about like three or four teammates that they got 11. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
saying.
I'm just saying in today's NBA, usually, he was one of those, upper echelon players, like athletes. It was just a matter of, him ever winning. Some of those guys need a ring to get him over the top.
Yeah.
I don't know if he
Those
was ever an
3 and-
upper echelon player.
he got
though.
paid
No,
like
he-
one.
yeah,
and he
that-
never
that's-
was.
I think
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
more
He
of
got
like
paid
a
for it.
mid-level
Well,
player.
Once he
Yeah.
went
He
to
got paid
once he
like-
went to the
yeah.
right situation,
well, he got paid
his
like
talent was unbelievable when he went to the right seat.
He got
He
paid.
couldn't carry us. He wasn't a
Yeah,
carrier.
he
you
got
know what I mean?
paid.
Because of a team full of diarrhea, wet fart looks pretty good.
You're absolutely right.
Because what happened
It was
was
a little solid.
what happened was there wasn't he was the guy who was drafted in the first round and everything that comes with that. And then when his contract came up, it was like, okay, he's our guy, and we're going to pay him a boatload of money, and they
Willie
did.
Green and Kyle
Yeah,
Korver.
and he wasn't a carrier type player in any stretch. I don't.
He wasn't a star.
he was
He's a
forced-
secondary player.
Yeah, not even that. I mean, he was forced to have to score way more than the kind of player he
Oh,
was.
yeah, because he's not that guy, though. He's not
Yeah.
that guy. He's in a perfect – we said it when he went to Golden State. It's a perfect role for him. And it became even better when Durant went there because now he's even more of a fourth fiddle. It's fifth fiddle. So, it's perfect situation for him.
Yeah.
And I do like – he's a good player. It's just I don't think he has a chance in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and when you get paid a ton of money early on, and especially in a place like Philly, that blue-collar people that expect you to be amazing all the time. You know what I mean? Burrow got the same rap. I know he was, a lot of people loved him, and he was tremendous. You know what I mean? But all that money early on, then he hit 220, and people wanted to roast him for it. But, you take 30 and 100 all day and a good outfield arm.
Oh yeah, and just
Yeah,
mashed.
but it was just like people right away couldn't get past that contract. You know what I mean?
Just mashed
And
outside
not
of it,
hitting
off the baseball
not
field
hitting
as well.
315.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
absolutely.
The pat to bat.
Yeah.
Look, see, in my opinion,
Extracurricular.
I'd like you to hit 250 if you can. I'm okay with 240, but if you're going to hit 30, you're going to drive in 100 as a corner outfield guy. I don't got no worries with you.
Yeah,
you're on my
absolutely.
team all day.
Absolutely.
I'm people that love the guys hit 300. People that love the guys hit a lot of singles blow my fucking mind. Blow my mind.
I don't know what that means.
Because you're a notorious single lover. You loved Ben Revere. You love Odubel. You love guys that hit singles.
Now Duble's a single guy. I mean, Duble's a gap guy. He's not a homer guy, but essentially, he's a gap guy. I mean,
I know, but
There's a reason
you've been
there was
known,
no Dubel.
you've been known to
Get the fuck
crown
outta
you've been
here.
known to crown guys that hit 307. With 11 homers.
dude, there was nothing to like when Ben Revere was here.
66
So
runs
who did you want me to like in the same situation here? Okay, who the fuck do you want me to like? Like when a Dubel first started coming up and playing here, there was nobody else to fucking like. Okay, all right. Nah, because Noah wasn't there yet. So even there, so no, you can't make
Feel
that.
like
thing.
anybody else.
There wasn't anybody else.
But the hot dog on the field.
There wasn't anybody
You
else.
just emanate towards that. You're like, he likes the bat flip, and
I don't like the bat flip again. I don't know where he came. I like the bat flip. I just understood it.
we'll check
When
tape from 3
Latinos
years.
are just
I think we're
doing
gonna,
crazy
I think
shit.
we're going to check tape from 3 years ago. He likes
Yeah,
the
I
bat.
think you like it.
I don't.
I don't think you should run for
I
it.
don't
think you
care.
like it. I
Like
think
you
you like it.
don't give it up
I
then.
think you own it.
Don't give it up on the mound, and then punk somebody. Like if you bat flip me, I'm fucking punking the next guy up. I don't care.
I'm with you on
That's
that.
how I operate. So
Wait, you can't do that
that's
in the
my
league now.
reason with the bat flip. I don't care. First off, don't give it the fuck up. Now if you're gonna bat flip like a sack fly, I'm definitely putting it in somebody's fucking ear. But you know what I mean? Like so, that's a guy that like, when he does it for us, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I can deal with it. But if like I'm on the other team and you're doing
Well,
that shit,
yeah.
you're
As long
driving
as
me
you-
up a wall. You know what I mean? So
But as long as you get an eye for an eye, well, the problem is the next guy gets it. Right?
Yeah.
That's when you become a bad locker room guy. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Because you're bad flip and you ain't getting hit.
AS clown. Now I'm taking one.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those,
but that's how you set it down.
You know, because they don't have the patience. 2018, we have the attention span of a hummingbird, so we can't wait. We can't wait till he gets back up.
Oh,
We
yeah.
gotta hit the next guy.
They
You know
gotta
what I mean?
guy.
Like I gotta get this guy. No, hold on, dude. I got a great memory here. I'll wait for you and come back up.
Yeah,
But
you'll be
that's
coming
just
back
not
up.
how it works anymore.
You'll be
So
coming back up.
the next guy pays.
We're
for
going
it.
to see him again.
Yeah.
Used to get 4 of these during a game, buddy.
Yeah,
I'll
right?
see you next time through.
Exactly. When there's 2 outs and nobody on, rut-row.
Uh-oh.
Rib shot.
Shin ball.
Have fun getting that foot down.
And it won't be a spinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mike, I'm right with you. I don't give a fuck what he does. I mean, I don't get all worked up in that when you play for when you're playing in my city. Like I said, I can let some of the stuff go when you're having a good offensive season. You know what I mean? I can let some stuff go. Now that you're under, now you're around 288. Like you said today, I need you hustling balls out now.
Well,
Like, now you
for
can't
sure.
get away. When you're in a slump, you better show that at least you're running balls out and you're playing the game hard,
should
so
play the game
people
the same
still
way the
think
whole
you
time.
care.
You should always
should
play
always
the
play
game.
the
Oh,
game.
absolutely. And I don't think that.
And he's not, it's not just him. Believe me, I got a problem with a ton of guys.
Yeah, I
Not
guess,
here, everywhere, across the,
and listen,
blanket across the.
and we
the
know,
majors.
and we know why that is a little bit too. We know why that is, for the most part.
Oh, it's diva time. It's time to get paid. I mean,
Diva.
I don't get paid to roll the baseball. I don't get paid to steal bases. You know what I mean? I get,
I'm a diva. I'm a
Guys say
diva.
that. Guys say that out there. That's the sick part of it.
And it's these other, and it's the analytic guys that are, that put handcuffs on people. You know what I mean? Travis can steal 90 bases a year and still do everything else he's doing. You understand? But they're worried that he's going to blow out a tire or something. And I understand that to an extent. You know what I mean? But still, the guy is the best player in the world. Let him
do everything.
There's a
he
reason
can
why
do.
he has 5 tools. You know what I mean? Or 4.5. Let him use the, all 4.5. He don't throw well. In case you were wondering.
Guess you're wondering
His
what
throwing's got a lot. His throwing's got a lot better though.
Yes.
It has. He had a minus arm when he came in.
Yeah.
He's got. I would say he's got definitely adequate arm now for sure. I wouldn't call it a plus arm.
No.
But it's definitely
Give him a
solid.
half. That's why I give him a half star.
Like,
4.5.
and then me with a Double, like
He's a 30 on it.
he's a hot and cold guy too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when the
2-8
Double,
scale.
I feel like when a Double goes through it, obviously we know it. A lot of these guys, the timing thing for him, it's always like a timing thing with him. And then
He gets lost though.
and it's a timing.
He loses his plate discipline though when he does it because the last 2 games he's swinging at everything. Like, dude, if you can at least stay locked into your zone.
Is that
Like-
and that's how you avoid the 5 for 35s if you can walk a little bit. Like he don't walk. It's an 0 for 4 every time with 2 punchies or because he's just chasing everything. Yeah, it becomes an undisciplined
And they
piggy.
look like they're just giving up at bats.
Oh well, yesterday.
You know what I mean? Like they
yesterday
don't
he
even
was
look like
over-
they're even like competitive at bats. It's just like, here, let me.
I want
let
to
me
say he
flail
was
at 3 of them.
0 for 4 with 3 Ks in a double play yesterday, and every at bat was weak at bat, real weak.
Yeah, and that's where you.
Well, it started really with Chasen. I think I said his last name right. Who pitched game 1 for him?
Yeah,
Shaheen.
Shaheen. Yeah.
But he was quick pitching him, and then the foot was, you know what I mean? Like he's quick pitching him, and he's not getting a chance to get his foot right. And I just had like a little. Now he wasn't hitting really well before that, but I'm like, look, this is gonna fuck his timing all up now. Like he's just gonna go through like an 0 for now because the guy quick pitched him, and now because he's all wacky, dude. Like nobody does nobody has all that crazy shit that he does. Like because he's like not even.
I wonder why that is.
He's not even on his foot like that. He has it up like somehow crazy shit, and he can balance that, which is absurd. The fact that he can even do what he does and even go on stretches like he does is ridiculous. It just shows you that he has a lot of talent, and I think that's why we can all sit on this couch and why you guys at times are bothered by him more so than me is because there is talent there. You know what I mean?
He's a
And I
good
think when
hitter.
guys that are talented and they do the little things wrong at times, they don't run a ball, whatever, they don't, they take a weird route on a ball or whatever the case may be, then guys are going to drive you more crazy than just a jabron. Jabron, you're like, all right, well, he shouldn't be playing anyway. You know, like this guy has the capabilities.
Jimmy was the same way. Jimmy drove me crazy.
Oh, my God.
1,000 pop-ups in your career. First pitch after a pitch and change, you pop up.
Yeah,
You
he did it
understand?
all
You
the
know,
fucking
you're not
time.
hustling. You know, until Chuck called you on the carpet that one time. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's not just a dude. It's anybody that falls into that category. You know, and especially in this town. You know, we're gonna call you on it.
Oh, Jimmy drove a lot of people crazy, but especially when you have the capabilities of being a Gold Glove center fielder. Like when you have the capabilities for it. Like he gets good reads on balls when he's into it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's even analytics that back his whatever bullshit they come up with. You know what I mean? That he gets good jumps and all that shit, but then there's the lapses. So it's like when you have the capabilities being,
you just said it. You just said it. That's how embarrassing and how depressing it is, and that's why there's so much hatred towards the guys because when you have the talent or you have the capabilities, like
And you're lazy.
and you don't put it out, you're not there. You just don't play hard every game. It's crazy.
Yeah, and especially a guy who could he could contend for an NL batting title if he was locked in and didn't give away a bat at times and some of the stuff you're seeing right now. He has the ability to. He has the ability to, but. I mean, you saw it in stretches. Like, guys don't go in stretches like that, like, for that long period of time if you can't swing it. So it's like, how do you – I think the thing we're looking for him is how do you consistently do it? Because that's the big thing with him is consistency throughout. Like, last year he started really bad. He really didn't start good at all last year, struggled big time. Second half of the year he got really hot. Yeah. The fact that he even batted what he batted was, like, remarkable because that's how bad he was the first – portion of the season.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Now he actually did the opposite where he got off to a really hot fucking start and it carried for a while. Now, I expect this kind of stuff. Everybody goes through it, but the rebounds got to be quicker now. Like, almost like this series coming up now. And you need some hits. You got to start putting some things together. You know what I mean? You don't need to go on a 46 on base streak again. You know what I mean? But put together a little tenner. But put together a little tenner. Because that's what the good hitters do. They'll come back with a 10. They'll come back with a 15. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I got a question for you guys right now. Okay, so
and Jimmy used to drive me fucking crazy, by the way, too.
With Hal
D.
Who?
All the
My
above.
answer is D.
It's not going to be multiple
When in
choice.
doubt. It's not going to be multiple choice.
I loves D.
With big fan
I didn't
of
want to
D.
be the one to say.
Big fan of D.
Put that one on a tape.
With the Phillies struggling currently, what's the one move, if you're manager of this team right now, what's the one move you make to shake some things up, try to get the offense going? To me, it's easier, but I want to hear everyone else's.
Well, I mean.
Manny Machado.
Okay.
I
would love that, but I wasn't even thinking that way. But I was thinking more like
what
the
you
team
got.
we have right
what
now.
you have currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you on that. You heard last week. I want to get him right now. I want to trade for him right this second.
I would have gotten them the day they went in the first place, like 3 weeks ago.
I agree with
Wrong
that.
with that.
Just because, you strike while the lightning's hot.
Absolutely.
You got this team playing well, but I don't know. I guess since I'm talking right now, I will go. I don't even know.
Hernandez.
I'll get Nick Williams consistent at bats. Aaron Altaire's he's played the whole year
Well, we
so
knew this
far,
was coming.
and so he stinks. Aaron Altair stinks.
I don't think either one are very good, but okay. That's fine.
But
That's a solid answer.
If Altair had the first half of the year,
Nick's a little battered up.
let's give Nick the chance now.
Yeah, I agree
But
with
I
that.
think the at-bats are kind of similar.
They're not
they're
that
far
off,
off,
really.
buddy. They're really not.
Altair's
No, I know
got a little
I know
more.
they're not. I know they're
Altair's got a
not.
little more. But
I know what you're
but
saying.
playing
It's not-
time
it's
is
not.
like starts is. You know what I mean? Like the bats have work.
You're right. The bats have evened out,
The bats
Yeah.
have evened out.
and
But
he's still statistically better.
Yeah, he is.
Well, part of being a great team, and they're not a great team, but part of becoming a great team is checking all the boxes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, your platoon guys got to play well.
Yeah, they got to
in your
play well.
platoons.
And when they're not being in that platoon, they're a bench guy. You know what I mean? Nick Williams has got about 4 or 5 pinch hit homers. I mean, that's huge right there. So as much as you want to play every day, and it's hard to accept that role, but he's not bad at it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that let's designate him to that, but he's pretty good at that. So when you want to take that next step of really being a great team, starting pitching, bullpen, you're not going to hit 1 through 8 isn't going to hit. In the National League, but you play good defense, and you have a good bench. Because in the National League, that's what you need.
Absolutely.
I mean, I do the same thing you were talking about. I get Hoskins in the 3, maybe even the 4, probably the 4, and even put Santana in the 3, and I get Odubel in the 2 and Hernandez in the 1, and you can just go from there.
That's
that's just fucking common sense.
That's my current move. You
That's
gotta
fucking
move.
common
You
sense.
got to move Hoskins out of the 2-hole. He's a run producer. He's not a 2-hitter. He should hit 4 or 5, even 3. 3 is fine. But I start Hernandez, Odubel, 1-2. They have to hit. I know they don't take enough walks. Odubel doesn't, but he's got to hit second. I'm sorry.
I don't need him to be. He works great. He has long at bats most of the time. Like he's going to work in with 2 strikes. Like most of the when he's going right. I'm not as worried about that because I'm looking at Hernandez guy get on. Boom! I get a ball in the gap right now. You know what I mean? Okay, the chance of it.
Well, can you? I don't know. I mean, you'd like to, yeah. I mean,
I'm just
gotta
saying.
cut down on the strikeouts. I mean, that's not a thing that you can go order. Hey, I'll take, I'll order that. To Willie's question, I mean, so you don't have a magic wand that you can wave that, right? But the strikeouts are astronomical. Today,
yeah,
today
right.
they won a
that's a
game.
league
it was only
right
like
now,
6.
league.
It
It's
was like
great.
6 or 7 today. So it's ridiculous. So when that happens, you can't. Not only are you not putting yourself in a position to succeed, you can't even start runners. You can't hit and run. Not that it's all that shit is dying by the wayside in 2018, MLB baseball. But
Yes.
when you're on the struggle bus, that's what you got to do. You got to open up holes. You got to start guys. You got to steal some bags where you're not going to wait for 3 hits to score a run.
Yeah,
Where,
they
hey,
all
I'm going to
wait.
swipe a bag and I'm going to get a little bloop here and I'm going to create a run that way. So
Everybody waits
there's
for it.
things he has to do, but yeah, it started.
Did I
either
miss
pick out of
something?
you do change the lineup out, and then if you don't pick out of a hat, do whatever you want.
Did
but
I miss
change it up
something
then,
though?
you know what
Did I miss something? Because it wasn't even that long ago. This is what's crazy. The Kansas City Royals won a World Series by putting balls in play, taking bags, playing good defense, doing all the little things right. This wasn't that fucking long ago. And for a team like this that is struggling offensively, when you got speed around, let me get to this. Scott Kingery, can we stop fucking trying to lift every ball? I know I'm not trying to pick on him right now, okay? But every fucking thing is this. Everything's this. You're dude, I get it. You can drive a baseball. But like can we hammer some balls, please? Like everything he's been doing. Like nobody I understand the whole league wants to launch shit. All right? But like some guys, you're just not
Yeah, he's young though.
I'm not ripping him. I'm saying, but
playing
let's
a
square
good
some balls
sport.
up before we talk about you're struggling right now. So
He is struggling.
and I know he works hard, and that's all they talk about. He's in there, and maybe Crucker even said maybe him going, hey, no BP. No,
much.
I'm going to take a break.
Because we live in a world of video analysis. So I would call it, and I talk about it at the high school level. And I mean, I can only imagine at the pro level, it's even more magnified because they don't. That's their only job, and they got access to $1 million footage and equipment. But to me, some of it is paralysis by analysis. You know what I mean? The more I got to look at film. I got to look at film instead of just see ball, hit ball. Sometimes it's that simple. I mean, I know it's the hardest thing to do in all sports. It's not easy, right? But if the simpler we make it, the better chance we have instead of everything being mental and hanging on to that bat, making sawdust right at your feet. That's where we're at right now. I mean, guys are squeezing, gripping it tight, man.
Yeah, and I love the kid, but I mean, if you watch his at bats, I mean, that's what you're almost saying. Like everything's underneath of every ball. Like there's pop-ups. Like, dude, you can flat out run. You can run. Yeah. So I mean, I understand it's big league baseball and guy, but put pressure on people. Yeah. Like I know we laid a great bunt down the other day. You know what I mean? And he went right in him and Arrieta were talking, right afterwards. And dude, I'm not saying you're bunting every time, but like use your speed. We need a guy like that on base. A guy like that can take bags, right? He can go first to third better than other guys. Like that's the kind of shit we need. Like our guys like Hernandez, Odubel. Like I want to see them guys when they are on base. Like so he said, taking bags.
Well, that's when you're
like, what are we waiting for the 3-run homer? Who the fuck's hitting that here?
I was just gonna say, you took the words in my mouth. As a manager, this is where you earn your stripes.
Yep.
Right, whether it's Gabe or not, all right? When you're struggling offensively, you have to try to find ways. It doesn't mean that you're going to, be able to do it. You're not playing for them, right? But you're trying to put them in his best position to succeed and start some things and get creative, and score and scratch out, 5 runs.
I don't remember us stealing bags.
Four did it today, you know what I mean? But,
that's how crazy it is. Like I didn't get a chance to watch today's game, but I can't. I'm trying to remember all the games I watched. Like, dude, how many bags did we really take? Like I want to
take many.
I want to go look at that. Like we got
Caesar's
guys who
got
can,
like 8.
we got guys who can run in this lineup. Like Odubel was on base a ton. Like that guy can steal 30 bags this season.
Never stolen bases.
He can steal 30 bags in a year.
Yeah, but he's never has.
yeah, he never has.
But doesn't some of it go to like somebody getting him going? I'm not saying I'm just saying forget him. I'm just going through the list of guys who
No,
can
but I'm
run.
just saying, like, a guy like that who can run has never,
Like you fucking
regardless of who the manager was, has
tree trunk
ever-
legs. Like, how does tree trunk legs not steal bags? Like, you gave me half of that leg, I'm taking one. You know, like the push-off leg, obviously. But you know what I mean? You gave me half of a tree trunk,
Just
and that's
a
all I'm
change,
doing
right?
is running.
When things are going bad, there has to be change. That's all. Like, and I don't know if Roman's healthy. I don't do enough research, but there's a guy where if it's time
Of course
for
he's not. It's Roman
yeah,
Quinn.
that's what I'm saying.
But I
if
love
he,
Roman
if he
Quinn,
was,
though,
what
yeah.
I'm saying,
Love
there's a
him.
guy where you can, Aaron, go take a little seat for a while. Aaron, let this guy run around, create some issues. Somebody
Like,
down there
it looked
can
like,
run a little bit.
and it's funny. Like, it looked like Hoskins getting hit in the jaw and taking a minute down. Help the
Breathe.
kid.
He
Like,
breathed
he's
a
a
little
young
bit.
kid still. Like,
Breathed a little
Cousins,
bit.
yeah.
Cousins came up and
Yeah.
looked okay. Well, he didn't look like it was too big for him. The situation, which is good.
No, he hit a
Robert,
ball
so-
Oppo out.
Yeah,
The
I
game
mean,
should have won. It
I'm
should have been a
saying
big.
that's-
Should have been a
but
big
that's
win
like,
that
that
night.
could be a big thing for pushing him to get traded.
That's how
that
you
could
find
really
out.
help. Like, hey, but he came up already. He didn't look like he lost
Yeah.
at sea here.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing.
That's how
And
you
then-
find out what you have.
And guess what? And defensively, the one little move I'm doing defensively is, and I know he's not going to do it because Gabe just my last fucking nerve. But we got to stop with the fucking shift against guys that hit 210. I'm sorry, guys that hit 300, guys that are stars. Okay, put the shift on. Guys that hit 210. Why the fuck are we shifting?
I'm
I
tired
am
of seeing.
straight the fuck up.
I'm tired of seeing dead double play balls and shit like that.
And it's
turning
in
the base
the
hits.
shift. It's in the shift.
Turning the fucking base
Oh,
hits.
it's in the shift.
Like your pitcher just did what he's been. You're taught to do.
Ryan Flaherty.
baby.
Ryan Flaherty,
you're
who we
infants.
cut. We cut after spring. Ryan Flaherty, we're shifting against. The fuck are we doing? The fuck are we doing? Like,
Phillies
what-
have 25 stolen bases as a team and 22nd in baseball, courtesy of Spider-Man, Spidey, Garage Talk, Mike Parker.
Yeah, it's not good.
Tons of AKAs.
And you almost tell the guy, to me, it's
And
almost,
we're not like we hit a
it's
lot of
almost the
homers.
opposite. Like, I don't even understand. I understand where it came from and yada, yada, yada. But you're telegraphing it in a world of, like, stealing signs and stuff like that. When you shift, you're almost telegraphing a guy what you're doing. You know what I mean? If I'm putting everybody over there, then I'm going to try to bust you in. All right? I'm surely not going to pitch you away. I mean, obviously, they want guys like Ryan Howard to hit singles through the hole. They'll take that, right? As to
They want the
as to a
Carlos
home run. Yeah,
Santanas to
exactly.
bunt.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing us a favor.
So I
Even though you're on base,
understand what they're thinking in that sense, but still, I mean, that's still creating an out. That I mean, putting a guy on that wouldn't
Which
might
creates
not get on.
pressure.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it might
but
not
guess
get on,
what,
you know?
though?
You know?
When they do it to us, we still just hit right in the fucking the shift. I don't get it.
Yeah.
They were shifting Odubel the other day. It's like you're scuffling, dude.
Yeah.
Today they were shifting them every time. Hit one down third.
I mean, we look.
Fucking hit one down third.
we
Why
looked
are we
at-
rolling over on a
You
ball?
know, it might have been post injury, but we looked at it for 3 or 4 years with Howard. You know what I mean? Like, how many hits did he lose right there? And that, I mean, like,
Yeah, in the
you know,
shift.
yeah, in the shift.
In the
Guy
shift.
sitting in shallow right field.
Yeah,
Son of
guy hits a
bitch.
fucking BB.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
base hit. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, nope. Guy fucking right fielder made a play, which is the second baseman.
Yep.
We don't know. Because it's Citizen Bank Park, so we don't know what the fucking right fielder's in the fucking stands. That's how deep he's playing. Because the fucking second baseman's all the way back. TTP, yo, what up?
What up, TT?
Mike Parker hits you with his lineup. Adubel 1, Williams 2, Caesar 3, Hoskins 4, Santana, Alfaro, Franco, Kingery.
We see no doable in the leadoff spot. He's just undisciplined pitching.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Odubel's not a
So-
leadoff guy.
Michael Profound, Lakers have the 25th pick. If Brunson and DiVincenzo are there, I'm taking either one, and it will give us a Nova backcourt off the bench. No wonder he didn't like the Sixers.
Lakers
Mike.
fan.
Yeah, Lakers fan.
Shocker.
It would give you a Nova backcourt because you do have Josh Hart, who I like Josh Hart. He's a good
I
little
like
player.
I like Bridges. I do like Brunson. I don't think he's as going to be as talented Bridges wise in the NBA. I think DiVincenzo and Bridges are both better NBA
late
players.
first though.
But
I think Brunson late first.
Right.
no, I think Brunson will go late first.
That's
Right around
crazy.
Where we're at.
Yeah, I think so.
They double us. So the Nationals have 50 bags as a team and are second, and they are are number 2, right, Mike? They're number 2.
Yeah, 2 in baseball.
And
Spidey!
they double us. Like that's bad. Like you have
Well, the Nats take bags though. They got
Yeah.
Michael Taylor's got 17. They got Trey Turner's got
Trey
18
Turner.
right there.
And
they
Adam
both
Eaton
got
just came back. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's going to help.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but you look. I mean, give the lineup that he just showed you. There's guys who can run a little bit in that lineup. There's guys who can run, not a ton, but there's enough. There's enough guys who can take bags. There's 3 guys in your lineup that should be able to take bags.
It's not about guys can do it. It's
it's will they do
they're
it.
not going to do it. And so, whether it's personal preference or
it's coaching
or organizational philosophy.
It's obviously,
Gone are the days of the stolen base.
When you got 25 as a team, that sort of makes it, to me, organizational.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I don't know. I'm not saying guys don't say that. Guys probably do. I don't take bags.
That's pretty much,
because they're such fucking
Put it at the same
animals.
time.
There's
I
such
mean,
fucking issues that they would say that shit.
That's one of the safest bets
I would
that
be
you
joking.
can ever have as degenerates.
God
if
knows better.
If they allowed us to do that in Vegas,
Imagine.
90 steals, you bet the under all day. You know what I mean? You might. On anybody. I'm talking about just one guy throughout the whole league.
I know.
God
just knows better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to put people in spots. Like don't ever thank God, you didn't gift me with the abilities to play pro ball, and I'm 35 right now and choking motherfuckers out in the locker room because you're telling me you don't take bags. You know what I mean? Or you don't move runners. You're not a team. Oh, it'll be a lot of choking. I mean, there'd be so much choking. I mean, I'd probably get suspended. I'd be worse than Pout Bond. I'd be like every year with.
I'd be in Boston, like eating chicken, drinking beer, and choking motherfuckers.
Yeah. Really. Think about it. Like, could you imagine somebody tells you that? Like, as another player, like for some of these older guys, some of these vets around the league who not I'm not even gonna say old school, but baseball sense, right? And you hear guys in your locker room say, "Yeah, I live and die by I try to hit balls out everything. You know what I mean? Or I don't take bags, or I don't move runners, or just little things. You know what I mean? Like little baseball things. You imagine hearing that? Like, I'm here to get I'm here for the 2-run homer because that's what gets me paid. Like what? What'd you say? What'd you say?
Major League 2 when Willie Mays Hayes went Hollywood. When it was a Hollywood Hayes.
Hollywood Hayes. TTP Ballin hopping on a little Sixers talk says, I don't believe McHale will be there at 10. No way he makes it past the Knicks. I hope he is there because I think Bridges is a perfect fit for this team.
Yeah, I do too.
He's coming in Tuesday, I think.
I like Lonnie Walker too, and I like another name. Obviously, Michael Porter. I don't think he's going to get there. I love the name.
Michael Porter's gone.
But I do another name like Lonnie Walker is a kid who I think can be there. Who I like a little bit.
Not that I watched too much of the worldwide leader of BS, but there was one day a couple weeks ago where there was no sports on TV, and they had their draft thing. Woj had Sixers taking Lonnie Walker at 10. But Porter was still on the board at that time.
No, that's not even a question.
I don't see that's going to happen.
And they left him on the board because of the injury concern, because it was a back, and different things like that. But the whole panel agreed that he could very well go a lot higher draft day.
I think I'll tell you
where he's at.
You want to know where I
but
think
they
he
had
goes?
Lonnie Walker going to the Sixers.
I have no problem with Lonnie Walker.
You know where I think Porter goes? I think it's going to all tie into
At this point, you're just adding on. You know
my
what I mean?
answer
Like
for
you're
the
just side
first,
dishes. Like
Cleveland.
you got your steak.
That's who Cleveland takes. Cleveland takes Porter, hopes LeBron stays, and brings someone else, and hopes Porter is a home run at 8.
You get your Ben-like player in Porter.
That's what I think. I think Cleveland's going to take Porter. I really do.
I can see it. They need it. They need that kind of
How crazy is this
influx,
though, right?
especially if he leaves. That kind of influx of like, hey, this would have been the number 1 overall pick without a back issue keeping him out.
Well, that's how
Luka
crazy
going
it
to go
is.
number 1? Is that his name? Luka? He's pretty special.
Doncic, yeah.
You know what's funny though is
Luka
that
Doncic.
I think he might, but he's going 1 or 2. But like,
Aiton's probably going to go 1.
I don't know if he's athletic enough. I don't know.
Have you watched him though?
I have, but I watch him.
6'8".
Listen, I've watched him. At times, I wonder like how athletic that really was. That's all, because this is a whole nother athleticism.
Youngest guy ever to win MVP overnight.
Listen, brother, I get it. There's a reason he's up there. Okay, there's a reason he's up there. I'm not taking any of it away, but I look at when you get up. How up are you finishing something? Because that's all athleticism that's going to translate. Can he flat out shoot it?
Oh, yeah,
He can shoot it. So,
Yeah, but I trust Woj, and Woj said that he would take him 1. So I don't know.
I just take the big boy 1.
I think
I don't even.
Aiton's going 1.
Because I don't mess this up. I can't. If I'm 1, I can't mess up. 2, I still can't mess up. But that he's okay at 2 because that's where he should probably go. You know what I mean? Like he can flat out shoot it. In today's NBA, that's obviously going to fucking translate. Even if he doesn't have the athleticism, like get to the hole enough and stuff like that. If you can drop 25 a night and flat out stroke it, you'll be okay. So, I think he's going to be a good player. I'm not taking any of that. I just wonder him 1 with the big dog on the board. Like I just can't not take him. as much as I don't know.
Aiton special.
Yeah, like I don't.
Aiton's going to go 1.
His back to the basket isn't fully there yet, but that's a lot of these guys. You know, when you're, you know what I mean? A lot
they
of these
work
young
on that
players.
in
He's
the
a
pros.
baby still.
And Aiton
But
just
considering
wants to
everybody
get-
shoots fucking
he's such
threes.
an athlete.
Aiton
He's such
just
an
wants to
athlete.
get paid without getting yelled at.
Yeah, and he's such an athlete. He's such an athlete that, like, I don't know how you don't take him one. You know, I just don't know how you do if you're the Suns.
The crazy thing for the Cavs, though, like speaking
And he
of
stays right in Phoenix.
Cavs at 8,
Look at that.
they're doing everything right now without any idea of what LeBron's doing. They don't know whether they got to find a guy to play with LeBron or find a guy to play in place of LeBron.
Well,
Yeah, well,
you play right into my
The
hand.
way they're thinking now, though, I'm thinking is you're trying to get whatever
You're
you
taking the
can
best
to
player
keep him
available.
there.
Yeah.
Keep LeBron in Cleveland.
Well, listen, you know, I agree, you know, but you're just going to take the best guy on the board, and then hopefully that's enough. You know what I mean? You're not going to – I don't think at this point, if you're Cleveland, you got to learn something. You can't cater to it because nothing's guaranteeing him staying. Like, you can't – you just got to – if Michael Porter's your best guy on the board, regardless of LeBron, you got to take him. If it comes to 8 and Lonnie Walker's your best guy, then that's your best guy. You know, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, like, you just got to worry about you and hope that if you take care of some of the things you got to take care of, maybe he does stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. You can't worry about him anymore. At 33, 34 years old, like, you have to actually, as tough as it is in Cleveland, and you've done it before, you got to look past him and hope he stays, but you got to look past.
Yeah, if he's staying, he's not going to rely on them. Like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's going to do his own recruiting, like Willie was saying earlier. Hey, can I get a couple guys to come with me? You guys handle that. You know what I mean? Try not to mess up the 8th pick. That'll help me, but that's not going to put me over the edge, or that's not going to keep me here. Can I get somebody? Can I get 2 other guys to come? Can I get somebody to come here and help out? That's all.
TTP saying, I think Porter's going to be a star, so much talent. I also like Kevin Knox, high risk, high reward type guy. Mike Parker.
I actually don't think Kevin Knox is that high risk. I think Kevin Knox is one of your more safer type of players.
Knockdown shooter, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that makes him boring in the NBA. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he is as high risk as TTP. Like, if you're sitting there, I'm saying like 11, 12, and Kevin Knox is your pick, you're like, that's a great pick.
What do you just flat? I haven't watched enough of Kevin Knox.
Yeah.
Well, he played a lot of power forward at Kentucky.
What, he can shoot it?
and he can shoot
He
it.
shoot
So
it.
he's going to
And
be a
he's
more
clutch.
natural small forward.
Won a bunch of games. He was clutch too, a little clutch meter.
Yeah, listen, that stretch 4, I mean, I have no problem with another one. You know, because,
Yeah.
like, how tall is Knox? Is he like a 6'11" guy?
I think he's 6'9", 6'10".
No, 6'8", yeah. 6'9".
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he's almost like Dario
Yeah.
size-wise. A little more athletic?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking, like, for that because, I love Dario in the 4. Sometimes his toughness helps him, but sometimes his unathleticism, it hurts him at times too. Not that he can't not be an athlete because he can at times. You know what I'm saying? They're overmatched.
He's
sometimes.
European.
we're all over fucking matches. You
what?
know what I mean?
WHIT.
I wish my vertical was more than a half an inch.
Whit Merrifield?
Mike Parker, my theory on Herrera at 1 was he's been swinging at everything.
Under the sun.
He will be, and then he thinks he'd be a little bit more patient if you moved him up there.
Wrong.
We've tried this, Mike.
Yeah. Come on, Spidey. Keep up.
All right, Fab. What else we got here?
What are we thinking?
Here's an interesting one.
Mike Parker's watching tape on Knox right now.
Has there been a better celebration of a championship than Alex Ovechkin right now with the Cup?
Absolutely not.
I mean, does that just not make you more of an Alex Ovechkin fan than you may have already been or not been at all?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Like he's like sleeping with the cup.
Oh,
Like there's so much shit
Just
I love.
Everywhere you go, he's like doing keg stands out of the cup. He's
He's
living
having
the
a ball.
life.
Isn't that what it's
Well, when
about
you- that's
though?
what
What's it
said.
about?
Isn't that what makes you like?
Well, that's what
like
they play
love,
for.
Like,
You know what I
it
mean?
brings you back in.
He's been a superstar his whole career, and that was the one thing that people kept shooting at him. You know, like trying to put a hole in him. And
Yeah.
now you got nothing. So of course,
Hey, you know what?
he's
I
having fun with it.
loved. And
He took a
everyone-
do-over on that first pitch the other day. It's good. Give me it again.
What I loved
And he can
is
say whatever he wants now.
Yeah,
give me
everyone
3
ba-
more.
everyone bashed him as a leader, and he wasn't a team guy. But if you watch behind the scenes when everyone picked up the cup after him, he was right there, like just as excited.
Past the titties. He saw
Yeah,
past
yeah,
the titties.
yeah.
He was so
But no,
locked in, he didn't see the titties.
In the original line, like he was there Everyone was trying to hug him, but he's like, no, I want to see my guys take their lap with the cup. And he was just as involved as when he was doing it.
You know, it's so easy to say a guy's not a leader because you can't get through a juggernaut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pittsburgh's pretty good.
Yeah, like because the other team's just that good.
Sure.
It shows you how great he is because he got through it.
Yeah.
Right? And okay, it so happened when the Penguins have a fucking great team.
Yeah.
Like, he still got there this year. They won it all. And like you said, like, for a guy who's always talked about as like a great player, I mean, it solidifies this guy as one of the greats of all time. I mean, the numbers speak for it, and now you have the cup to stamp it, and it drives me back into like, this is why you love sports, because you see the joy of a guy who like you feel like you would relate the same way. Like, that's shit you would do. Like I don't think that thing would leave my side. You know what I mean? Like, if it's the ring, the cup, what, you know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Absolutely.
And that's what like, yeah, dude, if you weren't a fan, you should be. Yeah. And I know we're Flyers fans. Like, yeah, okay, dude, we're sports fans too. And to see a guy, like, get over the hump like that, and it's not Pittsburgh, you know, that's a win. Yeah. That's a win. And like, if there's a guy who deserves around a National Hockey League, it was him. And anybody says it isn't.
I wasn't rooting for him, but I agree.
Then you got the other end of the spectrum, a guy that continues to self-sabotage himself, and we all know he was in the, is T.O. Like, you're not punishing the writers or the National or the Hall of Fame. They don't give a shit, all right? It's not a black eye to them, you know what I mean? You're embarrassing yourself, buddy. And once again, the spotlight has to be on T.O. The talent was there, like Willie said. Listen, we hate dry jocks and we hate writers, right? They have no business, some of them being around it or even having a vote sometime, in my opinion. In these
so who was the wrong one, sports. Donovan or T.O.?
You know what I mean? But now this guy thinks he's going to make a statement and not show up, dude. You're going to be you're the laughing stock again, T.O. You might want to, whoever's advising you might want to lock
it just shows you.
Put the gold coat on.
Who was wrong? Who was wrong back in the day? Five or T.O.? You start to see the pettiness. You see the petty fuckiness.
I'll tell you what.
And it continues.
I thought he was trying to make a comeback. I thought that's what he was not showing up for, because he wanted to make a comeback. That's what I had heard.
No, he's not showing up because he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. He's going to take his ball.
I was out west. I didn't know what was going on.
No, but he said he's not.
He did put a tweet out.
His exact thing about a comeback
he did put a tweet out about playing.
I'm not searching for a team to play for, but if I think it's the right spot and someone calls me up, I'm working out and ready to go. But he's still going. He's still going to the fucking. He's still going to the Hall of Fame. He'd
still take him.
Oh yeah. Well, it's because he's broke.
And
he can't play anymore, but he's broke.
Yeah. he quit the
MTV show.
He
the
quit
guy
that,
clown him. Yeah,
he quit the MTV show.
CT went
my
right
boy
out.
CT, who I was doing shots with like a decade ago. Me and Andrew. Andrew got his number. Ever hear that story? Oh my God. We were making fun of Andrew so bad. We were crush? Because we were calling CT the next day. Hey, haven't got your message. Call me back.
I was blow drying my hair.
Just got out the shower. Was wondering if maybe you called.
Ran out for 5. Might have missed it.
But the dude was awesome. He was trying to throw girls our way. CT was awesome. Down in Myrtle Beach, we saw him. He was awesome. But he absolutely slayed T.O. around the show. He was like, because T.O. was talking about how he was broke. He was broke, and he goes, "How the fuck you blow $130 million?" T.O. fucking threw a tantrum, quit the show.
Yeah. He's like, because he was like, supposedly one of the only guys getting paid or something, because I guess the rest of them were there for charity. So he was getting paid. He's like, "What do you care? You're getting paid for this." Or something, just totally.
Yeah, he trashed him about blowing money and being broke. He just trashed him.
Yeah, I don't know how these guys blow through $130 million, or they all want to keep up with each other. That's what it comes down to.
You're not making a statement, Tio.
You're not.
That's all.
You're not. You can go. You know how you can go there. You can go up there. Grab the microphone, and say, hey, to all the writers out there, fuck you.
Yeah.
Or
you go up there, you put your coat on, you go Jordan-esque. Right, you talk about all the people that slighted you over the years. You wait for them to mute your mic, and you go on.
Yeah,
you get attention that way too. Even better attention.
And
not showing up.
You know what though? When he said it, I was like, kind of like, all right, I kind of like it. Like if somehow he did like a live video, like if he wants to come here and do sit-ups in our driveway,
we'll get him a
we don't have a whole lot of money. We'll throw you something. I'm sure we can scrounge a couple hundred up for you.
We got extreme squirties here for you.
Wow.
We'll get you
extreme squirters. I mean, you might be able to entice them with that.
We'll get you a gold coat, a felt gold coat.
Mike Parker says Theo has countless kids paying like $250K in child support per kid. That's how. And
Yeah,
that's
no,
how.
And it was like a bad investment,
it's-
too.
That's how
it's-
Chris Webber. That's how Chris. That's
Yeah,
why Chris
Sean
Webber's on TV.
You got Sean Kemp in the
Two
house?
bad investments, and
Yeah.
I think he has
Yeah.
6 kids out of wedlock. Yeah. They all have that. I mean, that's just look around the league. They all got 5. Just happens.
And report.
Girls are out there just girls are out there just pushing fucking pins through condoms, and the guys are too dumb to realize it.
There's nothing in here. You got.
That's a good one.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest problem is that like what's it called was paying ridiculous amount for years. That's why he was still playing. That's why he's got a TV show now. Still paying child support.
Cromartie, yeah.
Cromartie.
Cromartie.
Cromartie at one point was making. He was making. What were they saying? He was making like 18 something mil a year, and he was paying like 11 mil in child support. Like, what are you doing, dude? Jesus Christ, dude! Fucking put it away one time. Fucking bag it up one time. Do something.
Or get
All
a regular
you can
paying
still
job.
pull out. You can still have your fun,
Yeah.
but pull out for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ.
Finish yourself.
Guy hasn't wasted a fucking nut in his whole life. Just been shooting and everything.
It feels so good. Finish yourself.
I just. This is what they tell these guys, but you're right. I mean, when you walk out there and pretty much skirts and panties are dropping.
It started with him that first year that he blew up Cromartie. If you remember when they had the Hard Knocks, he was going through his kids and he was
Yeah, I
like,
didn't remember 'em.
she's 4, he's 4, she's 4. He's 4. I was like, whoa, 07 was a big year.
Yeah.
Whoa. 07 is like I had 9 picks in 07. I was just filling women up. Just stopping for a fill up every town.
All right,
He
nine,
he
nine
forgot-
picks and 9 kids.
Yeah.
Winning.
He forgot the names, and Big Wills was counting the ages. Like, damn, that's awful close.
He's like
That's
4,
great.
4, 4, 4.
How'd that happen?
I'm like,
No.
unless he had quintuplets, I'm pretty sure he had a couple around the states here.
Oh, and then women are just wanting you to leave it in,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
They're
Oh
ba-
my
they're
God,
begging-
are you kidding me?
They're begging.
They're like, oh, just tell, yeah, I'm on birth control.
Fingers crossed.
I'm on birth control. Stop taking it a week ago, motherfucker. You don't know that, don't you?
I'm rich, bitch. She's going to her girls like, pregnant.
She's
pregnant.
Even if he had a condom, he goes to the bathroom and she's scooping that shit. To like it's a go-gurt.
LeBron's mom's like, I got your back.
Fucking turkey baster over here. Turkey base talk. Oh, that's terrible.
Listen, they're savages out there, though.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
They are. They're hunting. I mean, you even hear baseball guys talk about there's girls out there that only date baseball players.
That's like Bill
That's
Burr.
it. You know what I mean?
Cleat
Like,
chasers.
That's it. They'll just date baseball players, or they don't date football players.
Same thing with hockey. You got puck slots. Puck slots,
Yep.
cleat chasers, they're all over the place.
It's all over.
And then, wait,
Saw
so
the titties on the glass.
They're
Oh,
equal
my God.
opportunity.
Gabe said.
She was saying.
if I'm Burakovsky, I already dropped one in her.
Yeah,
I would have hopped the glass.
She was.
I'm
she
going to
was
cut a
easy
hole
on-
with the skate. Let's go on. Come on right in, sweetheart.
She was easy on the eyes. I mean.
Oh, yeah. She
good.
was a looker, that's for sure. Might have been a hooker as well, but
Yeah.
was a looker, too.
Yes, sir. White dress did her well.
She's wearing white, you know? I mean, it is after Memorial Day. You got to give it to her.
Oh, man. All right.
I'm sweating.
All right.
It's hot as fuck in here.
We'll get rolling. Listen, we talked about a lot of shit. We didn't get rid of MLB whip around, but that's fine. They're not going anywhere.
Fucking the
only good.
Nationals and the fucking Yankees and the Red Sox are playing good ball.
Yep.
Besides that, it's kind of wide open.
And the
JD
Dodgers.
Martinez is mashing. Go figure.
Yes.
Well,
I
listen,
know.
and hopefully by the time we get on next week, we're talking about a little better stretch here from the
Well,
Phillies.
guess what? We got what? St. Louis, then we got Milwaukee again. So we got a tough week again. Let's fucking go here.
Yeah, really need. And we got to get back to pitching good well again. You know, that was the key to success. This isn't calculus here. When we were throwing well,
Or the schedule.
starters, or the schedule.
I know my
Yeah.
calculus.
You know, but listen, you got to throw better. You know, they got to keep us in games because we don't hit enough. They just don't fucking hit enough. So Machado or bust. Let's fucking go.
Let's
For
go.
another edition, Agree Disagree. For Tom Renone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic on the ones and twos instead of Robbie Pove. I don't like not saying the same thing. I usually got like a good rhythm. You know what I mean?
You got to change the lineup up sometimes.
Feel the rhythm.
Like-
Feel the ride.
Like I went to
know,
analytics
it's
too
Bob
much.
Said time.
I went analytics too much. I had to go with the gut here.
You got to move Greg in the cleanup hole.
Sanka, you dead man?
Yeah,
Thank you,
man.
Gibson Mayer, for sponsoring every Sunday show. as well as Stream Smart. Vinny, Greg has one. I have one too, but Greg watches it all the time. He loves it.
Wonderful.
So, man stands by it. So send us free ones, Vinny.
Satisfied customer.
We out. Wait.